We're back.
Hello.
We're doing the reading update again. It's live. Things are happening. My dad's in the chat. Happy birthday to my dad.
Happy birthday.
Larry's Library. You know where it's at. James already knew.
Of course he
James,
did.
did you just put everybody's birthday down in your phone? Were you that guy? That's pretty cool.
We should have baked a cake or something, had cupcakes ready to go,
Ooh, we should have.
right?
Mara's here. Hey, Mara. Thanks for
Hey,
being
Maura.
here. And she's late. We were bantering with Reed. Reed kept coming in and bantering.
Yeah, let's blame it on Reed.
Yeah, it wasn't cat stuff, but
No, was not.
it's definitely Reed's fault.
So it's Kristen's always right. It's always Reed's fault.
Ooh, I should start that one for sure. Stephanie's here. Hi, Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Thanks for being here. Ooh, Batmanda loves your shelves.
Batmanda, thank you for noticing because I alphabetized yesterday.
Oh, beautiful.
The only thing that's in somewhat of an order is just like Marvel and DC. What you can't see below is a little chaotic still, but I figured I'd provide some sort of book background finally.
It does look really nice. Super cute.
Thank you.
You're making me want lights. I love the lights. I know it's a thing that a lot of people do, but
yeah,
yours look great. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also, I do have a question though, really important. Do you have more Omnis than what's behind you right now? Are they all just in the one little space, or are they around?
You think I'd know that, right?
I'm just curious.
There's no, I think that's it because on the next shelf, I just have 5 or 6 absolutes. So the next shelf starts those.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've been trying, unlike, I know every time I'm like, oh, I bought something in the red tag sale, but I've been trying to clean out my Omnis. I sold a couple on eBay. I'm not making it rich or anything, but if I can get a few bucks back, I'm happy just to
sure
make make the room on the shelf. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering though, I'm like, what if there were things I would have bought from you, Mary?
Oh, if they were, I would have asked you. There was either nonsense or stuff I knew that you already had.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's great. Thank you for thinking of me.
Of course, I always think of you.
Speaking of the red tag sale.
Uh-oh.
I told Reed beforehand. I'm just going right in.
I know, you're doing it.
I told him, I was like, Mary may convince me to buy an omnibus from the red tag sale live tonight.
I might.
So we'll see. I've been eyeing the Nick Spencer Spider-Man omnibus because it's part of the red tag sale now. It's 60% off. I'm a sucker for a Spider-Man Omni, as you can tell, maybe behind me somewhere.
I know.
Maybe. I don't know. I've been staring at it.
Why do we look? Why do we look? That's the problem. We're the problem.
We are the problem. Here's the thing. Heroes Con is next month. I need to save money for that.
Listen,
I have been.
I keep telling myself that same lie, but actually, I've been a bit better too. A bit better.
I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that. Jessica's here. Hi, Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
Hayden says, welcome back. Happy birthday, Larry. Thanks, Hayden, for being here. Mary showing the shelves. Awesome.
Thanks, Larry.
Evening, ladies. How are you? I'm doing well. How are you, Mary?
I am good.
I'm glad it's Thursday. I'm glad tomorrow's Friday.
So glad. I have to say, I think my answer was I'm good. What gave it the good was today at work, we do a monthly, everybody whose birthday falls in May, we do a little celebration, and we had cupcakes at work.
Nice.
Made me so happy. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. We have a baker among us in my department.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I've told you about her. And she always does brownies for everyone's birthday, which is super sweet. And they're so good. And she also grows her own strawberries and makes her own strawberry pie.
Wow.
She brought in 2 strawberry pies yesterday. I hadn't had them yet.
Yeah.
And she kept coming over. She's like, did you have it yet? Did you have it yet? And so I was finally like, okay, I'll go get one.
Nice.
And so good. Anyway.
That's awesome.
So, true graphic novel fan, how are you doing? We hope everybody's great.
Yeah.
Joe's here. Hey, Joe.
Joe.
Teeny's here. Hello.
Teeny.
Stuff says the lights are everything. I agree.
Wow. I mean, these are like $3.99 Christmas lights.
I was
That
gonna say
was
they're
like,
Christmas lights, right? But they're so cute. I love them.
well, you know what it is? I love at night, like if I'm reading in the bedroom, the lights just relax me so much.
The glow of the light. Yeah.
Just
I
like
love
them.
that.
Yeah.
Lethal Lucha's here. What's up, dudes? We love a shelf moment. It's so true.
Nice.
Mary, I need to get lights. It's all boring back here.
Do it.
This week's releases were nothing I needed.
Larry's needed list.
But since I didn't want to lose my 2% discount, I ordered like 5 things for the red tag section. Okay, Dad.
Well, this comment took a turn. I was like, oh, good for you, Larry. Like you didn't need anything, so you didn't buy anything.
Happy birthday, Dad. Welcome to your intervention. You have a problem. Text me. I know you don't want to ruin your unboxing or whatever, so text me the 5 things you got. I want to know.
Nice.
Please. Doing great. Watched Guardians through this past weekend and loved it.
Oh, I want to see it so badly, but when does anyone know when it comes out on Disney Plus?
It's a great question. I bet James will find out.
Oh, James, I wasn't doing that to make you do research. I really was curious because I feel like people just know these things.
I feel like they do too.
Yeah.
I also don't. I may go see it in a theater. However, I was given an incredibly huge warning about animal abuse in it. So I do want to make that.
Are you kidding me?
I want to make that known to everyone in the chat. If you need that warning, it was given to me by Jessica and Maddie. Thank you, Jessica and Maddie. Apparently, Maddie got out of the movie and was like, Kristen can't see this.
Oh, no.
And now I'm going to see it still, but I'm very upset thinking about it. So, big yikes for that. Just heads up to everybody who may need that.
I don't understand. Like, why? Why did they have to do that?
I think the point is they didn't, but they did. They want to make people cry.
That makes it easier for me. I'll just wait. I don't need to see that in the theater then.
Yeah, true graphic novel fans. Yeah, it's kind of tough to watch when it comes to those scenes in the movie. And Jessica told me she had to walk out during part of it.
Are you kidding me?
And that's a lot for a theater. Yeah. Sorry, Jessica. I don't know if you want me to tell the public that.
Wow.
But it made me be like, oh, that's real, you know? Yikes.
Wow. And True Graphic Novel said scenes. So it's not just like something that happens and it's over.
Yeah, I know. I don't love that.
I don't love that either.
Well, let's look at my dad's list. I'm not going to publicly say out loud what he got.
Okay. Tell me if it's anything that you would want, that you would buy.
There's one thing that is in my cart that he got. That was not part of the red tag sale, so I'm not sure why he's mentioning it. So there's that. It's cheap. I'm not familiar with everything. I'm familiar with some of the stuff, most of the stuff he got, actually.
Okay.
The first thing on your list, Dad, I read, and I liked it. I wouldn't want to own it, but I liked it.
Okay.
So, okay. They just went a bit too far too often for Jessica.
Wow.
Guardians 3 will probably come to Disney Plus around July. Disney now moved their movies from theater to video on demand weeks later on Disney Plus. Okay. Thanks, James.
Thank you.
Teeny says, I haven't seen it, but the Rocket background story seems steeped in it. Yeah, that's where it comes in, apparently.
Oh.
I get why it's included for the character's backstory, and the movie overall was definitely an emotionally charged send-off. But I could have used a warning for sure. That's why I mentioned it, because, like, I had no idea.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd like to brace myself, I guess, for that impact on my soul. So, anyway, but hey, happier things. I do want to mention, for anyone who backed Reed's Kickstarter, of course, the books are here. They're being shipped out. All the international orders that didn't have a record were sent out. All of the other orders as well that didn't have a record were sent out. And Reed is working on putting together all of the record orders today, I believe.
Nice.
Because the record has come in. So here's the 7-inch. It's real. It's clear. I'll show you. It's pretty cool if you've never seen a lathe cut record before. Reed did have to sit there and hand stick
Did he
all of the
really?
labels on them. Yeah, they didn't come with the labels.
Oh, that's pressure.
And he had to make the holes as well. Like, it was the whole thing. But he did it, and they look good.
Is that something that down the line might be on his Envy? What's it? Store Envy?
Store Envy? Yes. I think the run was really tiny of these, like 20 something, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking they may go on.
Okay, cool.
The book definitely will once everything's shipped, for sure.
Which, by the way, I got mine. I'm sorry I don't have it right here.
Oh, that's
and
okay.
mine came with original artwork, so
Did you like the page you got?
Oh, I love the page.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna have to get like a frame and stuff, but I have 2 things of Reeds now that I really need to get. There's so many things here I need to frame, but Reeds are on the top of my list, so I can't wait.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that so much. So he says, so cool, Reed.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, that's so rad. Yeah, the record like looks super cool and good, and I'm glad it. I'm gonna shout again. It's just so cool. I love a clear record, and it's like, you know, it's like square. These are like handmade, so super cool.
So I have the other one that Reed put out, like that.
Yeah,
the lathe cut, and it's my first time ever like holding one in my hands and ever playing one. I've never seen one before. So when I played it, because it's square, I was like, my equilibrium was off. Like, I'm like, oh my, I just felt like it wasn't gonna, you know, the needle was gonna like slide off or something. Just so everyone knows,
it didn't.
Just put the needle on and it will play.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kevin Smith posted that he's in an episode of the new Muppet Show, and I didn't even know there was one. Disney Plus. I didn't know that either.
I got to tell you, I didn't know either.
No.
I wonder if it's the same setup, you know, with the opening and, you know, guests and stuff like that. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, that sounds fun if so.
Yeah.
Guardians Volume 3 does have a good boy dog in the movie, not a bad boy.
Oh,
that's good.
Mysterious.
Hello.
Danny. How are you?
Danny and the other Danny are here. Both Dannys.
Oh, look at that. I love that.
Marla's going to get Reed's autograph tattooed on her. If only, right? How funny would that be?
That's a commitment.
You'll have the opportunity, Marla. You didn't know you were hanging out at Tegan and Sarah show with cool people. No, I wasn't that cool at that show. I was really not cool. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Nice.
Glad you enjoyed that. Oh, Mary, I spotted BB-8. Let's talk droids. Who is your fave? No pressure, but there is a wrong answer.
R2-D2.
I mean, that is the right answer, right?
Yeah. I don't even have to think about it. I hope I answered. Did I answer correctly, though? I don't know. Maybe, yeah?
I know you did for Jessica, yeah. But also generally, like, I mean, R2's wonderful. BB-8's great. You know, there's new good droids, of course, but yeah. I watched the first episode of Muppet Mayhem. Not bad. Okay. Definitely have to check it out. But the most right answer, 100%. Love that. They also records on the back of cereal box where you had to cut a hole. Oh, really? Like back in the day?
Oh, I would have loved to have that, but I don't know about that.
That would have been cool. Legends. I met Legends at Tegan and Sarah. That's so funny, Mara. We feel the same about you. R2 is the real MVP of the entire saga. That's so true, though, isn't it?
I remember when I first started going to Comic-Cons. I mean, I'm acting as if I've been to so many, but the first time I saw an R2-D2 at the New York Comic-Con, I lost my mind. Like I saw, as if I saw like the biggest,
like a big one, yeah, like a remote controlled kind of.
It was like, I'll have to find the picture. We could show it maybe next week. I have to find it, but you know, it was one that it was like life size. And it was moving around, spinning its head, making all the sounds. I'm like, Kim, come on. Like, you have to take my picture. It was very fun. But it was like as if I met the real one.
That's awesome.
Whatever that means. But
Reed, what do you need?
I was just, people have done lathe cuts on tortillas before.
Tortillas?
Wow. How does that work?
It doesn't play more than once, but it will play.
Okay, interesting.
It's interesting.
Cool. Thanks, Reed.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
You know, I'm glad he didn't go that route. I just think that would have been a waste. Right? Uh-oh. Kristen, am I frozen or are you frozen?
I think it's me. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Okay. Yeah, my thing just said your connection's unstable, and I was like, how dare you?
That's rude.
Sorry. Yes, it is rude.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to storm. I don't think it is yet, though. My dad's being nice. I am the father of a legend.
Nice,
Are you sure
Larry.
you don't mean Sunshine, your cat?
Oh,
she's a legend.
He loves Sunshine.
Yeah. I laugh cried the
Right?
first time I saw an R2 at a con. Kristen knows the laugh cry. When speaking of legends, when my cat Willow met Jessica, she got up on her and started eating her. Jessica was cry laughing, like terrified, but also, yeah, it's great.
Cats know, right?
Yeah,
They're like,
absolutely.
I'm going to go to the person that's very unsure of me, and I'm going to put on a show.
Yep, and she did.
Nah.
Doesn't play more than once. Reed's voice is so clear over your mic. He must be yelling loud. You know, he wasn't that far.
Wait, since we have Larry here,
Mm-hmm.
and you, because you know these things, and Reed's probably listening. This is a dumb tech question, but let's say I had a mic like Larry has, and like the ones that you and Reed use during your recorded videos, right? And I wanted to use that tonight during our live. Okay? Don't laugh at me. Could I use that without wearing headphones, or would I have to use headphones because there would be feedback from the mic because it would hear you?
Well, my dad doesn't use headphones for our lives, and he uses his.
Oh, he
mic.
doesn't. Okay.
Yeah. So, but some people have those issues, so I think it's something we would have to test.
Okay.
I know Reed uses an external mic with his headphones just to hear us.
Got it.
So yeah, Reed could help you through that though, for sure.
Okay. Thank you. That was Tech Corner.
Oh, love that. Mara, I didn't realize you hadn't been to a con, so Heroes being the first is like exciting.
That's cool.
No, it's you are a legend.
Totally. Kristen, is your connection unstable?
It doesn't say that, but
there
it's certainly not working. I clicked this comment like 4 times, and I'm like, what's going on?
Something's going on.
Sad. You could literally have a musical burrito. That's fun, actually.
You could.
My dad's using speakers and a regular receiver. That's like extra fancy, though.
Yeah. Well, he's fancy.
He's got a big fancy setup for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
My record is skipping. I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix it. Well, before my connection just loses it, how about we get into books we've read?
Yes. Yeah? And you would think there would be a lot more. I mean, I don't know what you're bringing to the table, but considering we didn't do a show last week.
Yeah, I get it.
I should have but listen, it's a judge-free zone. Reading one book is an accomplishment.
Judge-free, I read several mini comics among these, right? Nice. Which is not a lot of pages. Nice. I also do have a haul because I went out of town last week. Should I do the haul after the reads, or what do you think?
Listen, this is your channel. I know Mary, I'm always welcome. And
you're
love
my
that.
audience, though, Mary. Well, what do you want me to do?
Let's do the haul because
you want the haul? Okay.
I have a non-bookish haul.
Oh, show me that, because I actually have 2 things that are not bookish that I'd like to share that I got. Okay. You go ahead.
All right. Well, I have an announcement.
Oh,
it's officially happened.
Exclusive.
Oof. As if anybody cares about my announcements.
I do.
I know you do. Thank you. Kristen has officially sucked me in, pulled me in to the game world.
What a great day. What a great day.
I can admit it. You have me creeping around on all sorts of websites, eyeing games, board games, card games. I'm following some YouTube channels that do
Yes, you
playthroughs. And I got to tell
Okay.
you, I get it now because it is so relaxing.
Right?
I got to tell you, I don't even
Watch
know what.
playthroughs.
Yeah.
It's so
I
fun.
was like, it's so relaxing. Actually, last night, that's what I fell asleep to.
You got to tell me who you're watching.
I will. You know, I'll come up
Yeah.
with, it's not that many. There's like 3 or 4 that I just like their personalities.
Mhm.
Similar to the way I watch, you know, bookish or comic book related videos. I have to like their personalities. I don't care if I read what they read or, you know what I mean? If I'm interested
Mhm.
not in their style of what they like to read, this or that. I have to like their personalities. If I do, then I'm loyal. So,
Love that.
so I actually have 3 games to show.
3 games.
2 you know about. Oh,
Okay.
wait. And there's one in the other room, but it's one you bought, so you can maybe show it on our behalf.
Okay, I can have Rico get it.
Oh, no, it's not. You don't have to. You don't have to.
I mean,
so the first game, which I have you now wanting to get, and I think Jessica, is Ramen.
yes.
So this
It looks so
game,
fun.
it's so fun. I bought it because I just spotted it in Barnes & Noble because Kristen sent me to Barnes & Noble in search of a game
Oh yeah.
that was listed at $19.99, which was an incredible price for it.
I forgot to grab that one. So
yeah, that's how I ended up finding this game. And I've played this game like 3-4 times at least, and it's so fun. It's a card game. Oh, I should mention this. You were the one that introduced me to this whole concept of being able to play a game in a solo mode, meaning I don't have to like keep bugging Kim to play games because she doesn't really like it. And like I told you, she'll give in and play, you know, maybe once out of every 10 times I ask, but it gets annoying to like put somebody in that position. Like if it's something I didn't want to do, I wouldn't want to be constantly asked, right?
I don't know, Mary. I'm still asking Reed every night.
I know, but
I never get him to do it.
But that's why now that you've introduced me to something I had no clue about, that if you look at these games, every game has a little thing on the side and it tells you see like right there, 1 to 4 players.
Mm-hmm.
I never even looked for that before, right?
Love this.
So anyway, so this game, Ramen, is you're building your ramen bowl. So you have to try to put all these different ingredients in your bowl. And the more ingredients you put in, the more points you get. So it's pretty fun. I like it a lot. Do you want me to go through all of them?
Okay. Yeah, totally.
This one, haven't played it. It's still in the plastic. Sort of the same feel of buying an Omni. But you introduced me to this one. You said you enjoyed it, so I picked up Spirits of the Forest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've only played the solo mode on that, and it was super fun. And the art on the cover is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous. Who does it remind you of? I know who you're going to say.
Kay O'Neill.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. That's what the box cover got me. I was like, wait, what is that? And then I saw there was a solo mode, and I was like, all right, I'm getting it. That's fine.
So I'm probably going to play this one over the weekend if I have time. And this one you don't know about, Kristen. So on one of these channels, I forget which one I was watching, they were talking about, once I hear pinball, I'm like, ooh, I'm in. So this is a roll and write game.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow. Terms.
Mm.
Love that. There's so many terms, like I'm still trying to learning. But I love that you threw out the roll and write. Love that.
Wait, by the time Heroes Con comes, I'm going to have like more of the lingo down, and I'm just going to like throw certain terms out at you. You're going to be like, what?
It's going to be this. Real quick, I just love that now when we're at Heroes Con and we're in Charlotte and I'm like, please go to a board game store with me. You're going to be like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like before, I think you would have went with me. Like you would have humored me.
Of course.
But now it seems like you may be interested, right?
Oh, I'm in now because I have to tell you. Love that. I told you this over our messenger thing, but like playing these games, I didn't realize how great it would be for my like mental health. Because what I'm playing, especially if you're playing in the solo mode, you're in the zone. Your mind can't go anywhere else because you're like looking at your cards, you're counting points. Like, so I just, it's something I never thought about, like how great that would be for our minds, you know?
Yeah, and I have to say real quick, I actually still haven't played any roll and write, but I know Jessica hates them. So It's like a love or hate thing for people,
Yeah.
it seems.
Okay.
I've still not experienced it, so I'm very curious what this is going to be and like how you're going to feel about it.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
That's
interested in some,
right.
but I haven't played any. So
Yeah, so I figure I'd try this. This is one of those that have all different. Like I got the Star Trek version of it. It's super skill pinball,
ooh, fun.
but they have all different. I was like, oh, I saw a Tribble in here as like one of the boards.
The
I'm like,
trouble with them, right?
yeah, I had to
Yeah.
get it. So
That's like the only Star Trek reference I get, by the way.
but it's like the best one.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah. So I figure I'd try this. It was pretty cheap on Amazon, so why not?
Love that. Love that. So how does that one work?
So
You're like, I don't know. I haven't played it.
no, you could ask. So it says you roll the dice to move your ball. So there's actually like a ball you move around the card to give like the pinball feel.
Okay, love this. Yeah.
And then I guess you have to hit like on the board certain targets with the dice that you roll. Oh, it says use flippers to shoot back to the top.
Flippers. Okay.
Are they real flippers or like, oh, because I rolled the dice flippers?
I need you to play this soon because
I mean,
wanna
the box
know, 'cause it
is only
sounds super fun.
it's only this big, so
Yeah.
what could
You're
really
like,
go
where's
on?
the flipper? Love that.
Cool.
Yeah, so sorry, I'm missing some of the chat here.
No
Okay.
worries.
Krista, I love the April Fool's prank you pulled on Jess, making him believe you actually read Superman. Thank you.
You know what? I appreciate this comment so much for you because I was like a little devilish little helper in the background.
You were. I was
And
gonna say.
we pulled off like I don't think our prank got enough credit because we really got him. Well, you did because you know.
Thank you. Well, it was your brainchild, absolutely. Like you were the mastermind behind it. You were I was Pinky, you were the brain. 100%. So it's something that like I hadn't even considered that one, it was April Fool's. Didn't even think about it until stuff started happening in the chat.
Yeah.
And then you texted me that and I was like, oh, I have to. He'll never believe it. That's how I went into that. I was like, he'll never believe it.
Yeah.
And he believed it too much to the point where I felt really bad about it.
I know. Well, to give people like the bit of a backstory, if anybody's watching who doesn't know, Kristen was doing a show with Jess, the Omni Dog, and he is like an expert on Superman, right? Wouldn't you say? And he loves Superman. And Kristen is just not a fan. Like there's a couple books she's read that she's like, hey, that one was pretty good. But overall, you don't care. So the prank was that all of a sudden you found Superman.
Yeah.
Like, and he was getting so excited. Like, but I was cracking up when he was asking you, like, what did you read? Which book did this?
And I was like, oh, and then I pulled some out that people recommended to me, right?
Yeah. It's great.
Which I still got the title one kind of shaky. But he was still into it. He was still believing it. And yeah, he's still salty about it.
It's so funny.
Here's the thing. It was not meant to be malicious, but that chat got mad at me. They were like, you broke his heart. I was like, all right, guys.
I think deep down Jess liked the attention.
Oh yeah. Doesn't he always? Yeah.
It's funny, you know.
I mean, I'm glad True Graphic Novel fan appreciated it though. So
me too. I'm glad.
And you're making other people happy with your board game talk.
Joe, thank you. And I'm closely watching your Instagram, Joe, because you're always posting the games you're playing. So
yeah, his is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Creeping around on all sorts of websites sounds a lot more ominous than you clearly mean. That's funny.
Geez, thanks for looking out. I should have maybe clarified.
That's what one thinks they are the true nerd. Then we start talking board games. Dad, you should play some games with me.
Oh, I feel like there are some games that Larry, I think, would love that are like on the like fantasy side, you know.
100%. But
yeah,
I'll probably never do it. But really? I do have fond memories of my dad when I was a kid. We would just play a simple like I had these Pocahontas cards.
Okay.
And he would always make a joke if he got Pocahontas. He'd say, Pocahontas, I won. And I know that means nothing to no one, but me as a kid thought that was hilarious. Like, and so I remember that fondly, Dad. But I don't think he played a game with me since. So, you know, there's that. Ramen, yes, please.
Ramen.
You could have
game day. Seriously, it needs to happen.
Yeah, totally. Solo games rule. There's some really great ones out there. Lethal Lucha. Have you guys ever played Find a Girl? I have not played Final Girl, but I've been staring at it for so long. I want to play it so bad. It's solo only. And essentially that's you're playing as the final girl in like a horror movie, right?
I saw one of the channels I started watching, she was talking about it. Right, that's where you need to buy, like, was it like the base set, but you have to buy
a feature film box with
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Still, ultimately, they're not like they're little boxes, so they're not crazy. But I want to play it. I haven't played it.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
And Lethal Lex Ramen.
Awesome.
Mary, who are you? So pumped for Thursdays to turn into a reading and gaming update. Yeah, it pretty much is, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much like whatever we're currently buying or
doing,
or whatever we're watching.
Jessica, I was going to ask you if you had played Final Girls. Love that.
Why do you hate setting it up?
I assume there's a lot to it.
Okay.
Okay, so Joe and Jessica and Lethal, anyone who's played Final Girl, which box do you recommend? So we'll get the core box. Which feature film box do you recommend for Mary and I first time people to the game? Because I've stared at a lot of them and I don't know. So I just don't know what to pick. Help me out. Joe's recommending games. Cartographers is a great roll right. I've heard of that one.
That is on my very long Amazon wish list because I heard somebody talk about it. Yeah.
I do hate them, but I also love and support Mary and her new addiction.
Thank you. I need friends like you in my life, Jessica.
Yeah. Sorry, Jessica, I didn't mean to out you. I just know you said you hated them. And I haven't played any, so I don't know. But
you're like, Jessica hates those.
I'm just like, my basis for game knowledge is like, Joe thinks this, Jessica thinks this. That's a compliment to both of you.
Now you can throw in, oh, Mary's trying this one.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Pinball. Yeah, that does look so fun.
It does, right?
Do you know what? That makes complete sense about games helping with mental health. I've been fingerboarding like crazy. That's funny, yeah. Like, I used to love those, like, growing up. But I can see how that could be, like, therapeutic, too.
Yeah.
I keep doing this. You know what I mean. You know. I've never actually played a Final Girl. My roommate loves it. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Mara's up in here making jokes.
Making jokes.
Which collects do you like best? That's what I need to know. Jessica asking the good questions. All of season 1, Jessica waiting on season 2. Enjoy them all. Okay.
Nice.
Lethal's dropping the heat here. Superman comics suck without Batman.
Love it.
I enjoy some Superman hate in the chat, so I'll take that. I've got the Hans the Butcher Camp one and Dr. Fright. You guys, these are just great names. I like them.
Let me ask, is it because like I'm like brand new to the hobby, or do you find like once you start talking about games, you end up like just hearing about so many more people that actually play them? Like, is it more of a hobby that people don't share unless they know that like you play games? Does that make sense?
I think it does. And what's funny is like, you know, Mary, one year you're gonna have to go to Gen Con with us.
Oh boy.
Do you know Gen Con? You familiar?
I've heard you talk about it. Where is that one?
It's in Indianapolis. It is the board game Mecca convention. And it's just kind of wild that it's in Indy. I don't know how that happened. As someone who's from Indiana, I'm just confused about it. I've never been. I'm gonna go hopefully one day this year.
When is it?
It's in August.
Oh, I wish you were gonna I wish it was further out.
I know.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna like do a day trip there and back. So
nice.
But sometime maybe.
I like that idea.
Pocahontas I Won became the explanation for anything I did right or better or whatever.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember a lot of that. We cheated on the Quake 3 Arena servers together a lot, and that was after Pocahontas. That's true, but Pocahontas is like a card game.
Okay.
Quake 3 Arena was a computer game. Though we did do that. I was like 11 playing Quake 3 live with my dad, and we would go into free-for-all servers, but like team up.
Okay.
And you were supposed to team up because you wanted the team up servers.
Ooh.
But we would do that. Yeah, it was great. I have fond memories of that game. I want to see that list. Mary, put it in the group chat because I want to see it too.
Okay, I'll have to make more sense because, like, do you want to see that I want to buy a pack of 6 black T-shirts or like?
Yes.
I'll have to move it around.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you do want to see that? Okay.
I do.
Okay.
That's funny. Okay, Hans the Butcher is a great one to start with. Remember that. Indiana, we have cornfield, watermelon, and for some reason, Gen Con. Honestly, it's so weird.
Those are all great things. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, you did your haul. I actually have 2 like game things too.
Oh.
That I'm showing. So I was just laughing at Jessica laughing. I found this at a Half Price Books for $5.
Nice.
It is the Buffy collectible card game, Class of '99 villain deck.
Wow.
And of course, you have Faith in the Mayor on the box here. So, I saw this from afar, and the box is like pretty is a little beat up, right? It's a little beat up. It's a little like crushed. Okay. So I was just like, and it's old. This is from old. You know what I mean. It's back when it was on TV.
Yeah,
what year it's
I
from,
think that's actually okay to say old.
Yeah, but then I opened it up when I got home. Right, cards are sealed.
Nice.
I love that. So I haven't even opened them yet. But I mean, the art from back then, like everything, I'm just very excited.
That's
you know what?
Cool.
Maybe I need to open it right now.
Whoa, an unboxing.
And an opening, I guess. Watch me not be able to open it. I'm like, hold on. They're really sealed.
Take your time. Don't ruin the cards.
You're right. Okay. Indiana slander never gets old. Jessica loves to hate Indiana.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she does. Sorry to hear that you're from Indiana, guys.
Wow.
Wow, everyone.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. Hello, Bar.
Bar's here.
Good to see you here. Kristen did that violent and gory game and also watched Beavis and Butthead at a very young age. And she turned out great. No murders, felonies, or anything. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, my dad would like, my mom's probably going to watch this, but I think she knows, right, Dad? He would like, I wasn't supposed to watch Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, but Larry let you?
Yeah, we would stay up late and watch that, yeah. Oh, yeah, the art on these cards is just so much bad art. Look at this. It's just of the times, not necessarily bad, right? Just like
which makes them like all that much better.
I like them a lot. I mean, they look ridiculous, but that's what I wanted from this. I mean, here's Pat. You remember Buffy's mom's friend, Pat? Why is she on a card?
That's amazing.
But she's a villain. So, I mean, love this.
What was Buffy's mom's name? I can't remember.
Joyce.
That's right.
Ooh, more quizzes. I'm just kidding. Faith's Knife. You can play Faith's Knife. Love that.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't Get Killed is a card. I'm a fan.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, will I ever actually play this? Who knows? But
if you want to bring it to Heroes Con, I will play. I envision you needing a second car to bring all these games.
Like, I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, but I was excited to find that. So that's a cool thing.
Nice.
I almost bought one of those, like a card deck like this. I need all the other ones now. Very excited about it. I know y'all are American and all, but have you watched Eurovision? Excited for the final on Saturday. I was gonna say, I feel like out of the two of us, it'd be Mary, but
yeah, I haven't been.
Sorry, Barb.
Very distracted lately.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the state gave us James and Kristen to read. Thanks, Jessica.
Jessica, you're wonderful.
Israel's gonna win Eurovision on Saturday. Just know it. Well, yay.
Kristen.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm not.
Yay.
I don't know what's going on. I sent you link to an older Buffy card game. Ooh.
Oh.
I love that. Just came back from a family friends vacation of Chicago, Indiana, and Kentucky. Duke Adventure for the SoCocket. Ooh. So where all did you go in Indiana, Kentucky? We need to know. Chicago's fun. How did you get through frog basketball? Frog baseball, sorry. I still don't know what it means. What?
But
I don't know what that means.
wait, is that a Buffy thing? No?
Not to my knowledge. At least you know what Eurovision is, which is already better than most Americans. I do know what it is. I keep accidentally clicking comments. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I guess you won't notice. Yeah, never mind.
Oh, okay.
You can't see what I'm doing, but it's an accident. Chicago is one of my favorite places to visit. Like, often consider moving there. I wanted to live there as a teenager. I would go to actually went to Buffy and Angel Cons in Chicago. Those are my favorite. Like,
Fun.
dedicated to them. That's where the infamous David Boreanaz story happened. But then every time I've been back, I'm like, Chicago's great. I don't want to live here, but it's great.
I've never been there. You know that?
You know, we should go sometime.
Yeah.
They do have a wonderful, as I told you about, pen.
The pen store. I knew.
I love Atlas Stationers. If you're ever a fountain pen nerd in Chicago, you have to go. It's great.
Everyone's like, "Wow, you two
like,
are seriously
board games, fountain pens, you know,
books."
I think there's a way now with StreamYard to live stream to 2 or more separate channels at once, so guests can stream on their own channel at the same time, like a simulcast. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, is that a paid prescription option?
Prescription.
I mean, I told you I've been distracted.
I love
paid subscription option.
It's the first episode of Beavis and Butthead. I'm not familiar with the titles, but that's funny. I don't know. I don't know the answer. No, Kristen, it wasn't an accident. It was fate. You were just got every comment of mine. No, not that I'm not trying to, but it was just funny. I kept trying to click off of the ones, and then another one pop up, so I'd click that one.
I see what you mean.
That's what was happening. Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Okay, there was a seminal Beavis and Butt episode where they did exactly what it sounds like. You may not have seen that one. I don't remember it if I did. Okay, Angola, Indiana, and Elizabethtown, Vine Grove, Kentucky. I only know of Elizabethtown. But that's cool. Elizabethtown's kind of... I know where it is. I'm like, where is it? I'm not sure. They have a hidden magic bar, and people do sleight of hand while you drink 20s themed drinks. 10 out of 10. And they're Chinatown rules. Interesting. Yeah, they have everything there.
Nice.
Okay, sorry. We got very distracted. So the other thing,
great,
which is also an old board game that I got, I mean, it was opened, it was used, and I took a gamble on the condition because I couldn't see inside. It was like wrapped up, right? So I was like, okay, but I really want it, and I've been wanting this game longer than I've been into board games. I wanted it for the collectible reason of obviously loving Buffy, and this is the original Buffy board game, the first one that came out, Buffy the Game. I don't know when this came out. Does it say I have a date on the back? 2000. So very soon after Buffy like premiered back in like 97.
Right.
And it looks absolutely ridiculous. Is it good? Maybe not, but I needed it. I needed it so much.
I love the pieces. You could tell they're like folded over and clipped to a piece of plastic, and you move them around. I love that.
100%. So then I open it, and I mean, thankfully it has the rule book, which looks like very old because it's like printed on printer paper or something.
I love that.
Yeah, so nice. And then, come on now, still has the the thing that comes in the box that you don't move and you take out eventually. And nothing's been punched out.
Wait, where did you get this one?
I got this at a used bookstore in Nashville.
Okay. I don't know why I thought you found... Oh, no. We talked about something else from Ollie's that you were looking for.
Yeah, because this was like used condition.
Yeah. Uh-oh. It's happening again, Kristen. Maybe it's me. No, she's back. You're back.
It's definitely me. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Am I back now?
You're back.
Okay. Anyway, I was just showing more things not been punched. Makes me happy.
That's awesome.
And then, like the cards are still in the shrink. The little doodad.
Oh, dear. The last thing I heard was doodads. You're back. I heard
Are
the
you
sigh.
sure?
I'm sure. I'm so sure.
Okay. Anyway, my point is none of this has been used, and I love that.
When you
It just
buy,
looks like
sorry,
what?
go ahead. When you buy a used game, does it tell you like, I don't know, are there classifications on it like missing 4 dice, or do they tell you anything?
I mean, it probably depends on the place.
Yeah.
Because this one didn't, and that's why I was concerned.
Kristen, I think you'll be back any second now, because usually when I say, Kristen, are you there? Are you back? You come back. And it worked. You're back.
Am I just gonna have to end it now? Like, I don't know what's happening.
It's okay. It'll go away.
I hope so. Anyway, yeah, we couldn't tell
Right.
if it was missing anything or not, and I guess I still don't technically know, but I feel pretty confident that like no one's actually used this game.
Yeah.
It's just the outside's kind of beat up, probably from going attic to attic or something.
Probably.
You know?
No one played
That's my
it.
guess.
Yeah. Exactly.
Makes me happy. So
that's fun.
I'm glad I found that. My roommate has the same game. It's so fun. That's very exciting.
Nice.
Let's see. I missed probably something because my internet sucks. Interesting books you might like. We're getting to books soon.
Bar, you know the deal. It takes us a while to get talking about the actual books.
Is it even a Crystal stream? She doesn't mention work. I mean, honestly, at this point, it's not.
Very true.
James is outing us. Yeah, no books so far. I mean, Bar, we're gonna get to it. We're just chatting.
Bar, I mean, if you're requesting us, you know, a rebranding of the name of this show, we could do it.
We could do it. Maybe we should.
It might just be update.
Yeah. Or reading and gaming update. I don't know. We got it. We can do it. Yeah, Jessica, I meant to send you when I got this, but I think I was waiting to like show it probably. But yeah, I'm still.
No, you're okay.
I thought you were saying and I was frozen again. I was
what like, if I should start doing this?
Every time you say I'm like, oh no. I get very upset. Anyway, yeah, I'm super thrilled. Again, I've been looking for this longer than I've been interested in board games, and now I actually want to play it.
That's cool.
Before I was just like, oh, I need that.
Yeah. Like you said, you just wanted to collect it, but maybe that means you found it at the right time, right? Because now you want to play it.
You're so right, and I'm very stoked. So, my hometown is right. What part of Indiana is that? I know I could look at a map, but I'm not in the map right now. Let me know. Thursday rebranding. Broads talk books and boards games. Ooh. You want to be called a broad, Mary?
I like that. It's old school.
Mm-hmm.
And if Jessica's saying it, it's a compliment.
I agree. Let's see. She probably needs to restart her router and modem after the stream, of course. Well, I mean, why can't you just say you, Dad? I'm right here. but yeah, I didn't do that. I put a curse on Kristen because I'm still in a grudge for Paper Girls. Bar, I don't know what your deal is, but I liked Paper Girls.
Whoa, here comes Kristen.
I'm just saying. Yeah, she kept them in the family. I wanted my dad to read it. He wouldn't read it, so I gave it to my dad.
And Kristen's perfectly happy just reading Paper Girls digitally, which she can do through Hoopla.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is that the newer one or the 90s one? This one came out in 2000, so it's the technically 90s one because it's the first one. I do have the newer one as well. That I haven't played. Oh, you were frozen when I typed that. Okay. Got it. Paper Girls was awesome. It sure was. And the Indiana came out of yeah, I was provoked.
Oh, don't provoke.
I was provoked. Anyway, so that's what I got.
Nice. I'm happy for you. Those are some great finds for you.
Thank you. I do have some free comic book day haul. Do you want to see that?
That would have been smart of me to bring that over, but then I would ruin. Okay. Sorry to jump in because you just started talking, but basically on New Comic Book Day, what I did for my friend Kristen. I don't know if all libraries do this, but my local ones participate, and they have, I think, a majority of the selections from Free Comic Book Day. So I went and hopped around to see if I could grab some for Kristen to fill in the holes on the ones that she wasn't able to get. So that's what I did.
Love that. Mary's the best.
I like a nice quest.
Yeah, and Reed did pick these up for me. He tabled at a comic book shop in our hometown, and it was really nice, but he wasn't able to like grab everything, you know? So this did sell out though. My dad was wanting the Conan comic, and
Very
I see,
nice.
did Reed get it? Yes, he
Nice.
did. I
Very
brought
cool.
this to show you, Dad. Happy birthday. Reed got it for you. And this one did, like, I guess, sell out. It disappeared real quick, apparently. So
yeah,
people were on the lookout for this.
I didn't see those at all.
Yep. So that's for you, Dad. That's yours.
Awesome.
And of course, my top one I wanted was the Fish Flies.
I'm so glad you got it.
Yeah, and it looks super cool. You know, Lemire, love Lemire. Very excited for this.
Cool.
And I was part of the Substack when he was putting this out, but I never wanted to read any of it digitally. I just like, I'm gonna wait. It's fine. My dad says thanks, Reed. I don't know if you're watching, but he also picked up the Oni Press one, which is Punch Up with the Lights exclusive preview.
Nice.
So he did get this one. This is the first time I've seen any of these. I don't know where he had them, but he's like, oh, I got these. I was like, oh, great. So that's very exciting. Anybody knows watching Brenna Thumbler's Sheets, Delicates, and this is the third book of Lights.
Very nice.
And I'm very excited about it. So happy to be back in that world. He also picked up the Umbrella Academy one.
Cool.
And Reed wanted this one, the I Am Stan.
Nice.
Because by, who does this, Reed? Reed, are you still watching? He did other ones that Reed like. This Tom Scioli. How do you say it, Reed? I don't know. Reed's like, I'm not even watching. So that's fun. We got those.
Nice.
And one other thing.
Tom Scioli.
Okay, Scioli. Sorry, Scioli. He was watching.
He was, apparently.
Yikes. I also picked up the first issue of The Great British Bump Off, which some people may be excited to hear because everybody kept being like, are you reading this? Are you reading this? Are you reading this?
Oh, really?
It's John Allison's new series.
Oh, okay.
I don't typically pick up floppies, but it's the first issue, and I do really want to read it. So I was in a comic shop in Nashville. I felt like I wanted to support them too, so we picked this up, and
awesome.
I was excited to see it. So
look at you buying floppies.
It's just so strange, right?
Who are you?
Who am I? It's a good question. Okay. I've been meaning to find that Buffy game because we had one in the UK. Oh, the one we had in the UK was entirely different. Really? That's interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's sad. I'm sorry. Fish Flies is great. I have no doubt. My Chicago friends had Wingspan, and since you keep talking about it, we played around. I got last place, but I had fun. But what way doesn't actual Wingspan of the Bird count as one of the point totals? Well, it makes sense to me. I'm just going to nerd out about Wingspan now. Because some of the big birds are like way more interesting with their powers that you can activate versus like or the ones that don't have a wingspan at all. Like Little Penguin is the best. My favorite card. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, Teeny. It's so fun.
You're going to bring that, right? Because I really do want to try that game.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
100%. Is Delicates coming out in hardcover soon? I wish. I've not heard anything about that. I'll let you know if I ever do. But yeah, I would love one to match the Sheets hardcover, and hopefully like all of them come out and they're shiny together. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I can give you some proper Mylar for those singles. Well, I'll see you on Saturday. You give me something. I'm so happy we talked you into buying that floppy. Yeah, I mean, it's one I considered because I love John Allison so much. But yeah, Lethal was one in the chat saying, hey, what are you doing? Get this. And usually I wait. Usually I'd be waiting until the trade or like Hoopla, but I do really want to read it right now. So I'm pretty stoked. I mean, I love Max Aaron's art. I love John, the Giant Days team. Love.
Nice.
So that's some of my haul. I can haul more, but you know what? I think my to read is just going to be the books I bought.
Okay.
Listen, you're like, I don't like it.
Well, no, my thing is, I don't even know why we put so much thought into the to read, because 9 times out of 10, we are not telling the truth. Even,
never.
well, not that we're lying, but we say that they're a possibility, right? But they're more like suggestions to ourselves. But then right after the show, if we read anything, we're going to just pick something else random, typically.
It's so true.
I don't know.
It's so true.
That's what my face was about. It wasn't, it wasn't an I don't care. It was just more of
I understand.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we talk about what we have read since the last time? You're welcome to start.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I have these on my iPad, so I'm sure this is going to be fun trying to show the screen, but I'm going to try, Kristen. I'm going to try. All right. Okay, so I know you read this as well, and probably some people in the chat. I know Larry read it. Read Carmen digitally.
I did also read this.
So I feel like this book has been talked about a lot because your dad did a part of the book club on Jess's channel. So I feel like there's not a ton left to discuss about it. It wasn't for me, you know. I think if we're just basing it on that book club, I feel like we were definitely the minority in the group.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Well, listen, that's okay, right? Because we feel that that's what makes reading fun. That people can read the same book, walk away with different feelings, thoughts, etc. So it's a book I read digitally on Hoopla. I am glad I didn't buy it because I wouldn't be keeping it. Wasn't for me. For those that loved it, happy for you. That's my take.
Well, I also read it. I gave it a 1 out of 5 for anyone wondering.
Same.
Because I had to give it a star on Goodreads.
Yes. Well, I guess we didn't have to, but
if you don't rate it, sometimes it's like you're not contributing to the overall rating.
That's what I was going to say. You said it better than I was thinking it, but that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say for anyone who doesn't watch the book club, because I know there's some people in the chat like Stephanie, Mara.
Oh, true. Good.
People who are like friends of mine who maybe don't go over there and watch. Thanks, Reed. I just got some curbside service for a book I forgot.
Love that.
Yeah. For those people who may be like, what's going on here? What's with this? Yeah.
And I guess we should say Jess's channel is OmniDog's fault.
Yeah.
And your dad's channel is Larry's Library. Just because we're referencing these, like you're saying, we shouldn't assume everybody knows. Like, I mean, they're popular guys, you know, but I'm just saying.
Right. And they do this monthly book club. So we read it for that. And yeah, it was put out by Image, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my big gripes about it was it needed a trigger warning. So I just want to put that out there for anyone who is listening to our stuff who may be interested in something. I will say Mara picked up Frizzy because of you, and she texted me about that.
Cool.
So I just wanted to put that out there for anyone who, again, is not familiar with the other channels and doesn't already know our opinions on this book. Like, I feel the need to say something about that. And I will bring this comment up too. While I still love Carmen, you and Mary did make me consider a few things in a different way, and I do agree it should have had a serious trigger warning. So that's a huge thing. Like,
cool, Larry.
Huge trigger warning that it didn't have at the beginning, and I think, you know, Image is a big three at this point. We got the big three in comics: right? Marvel, DC, and Image. Okay.
Yeah.
They can do better. They can do better. That author should have done better.
Yeah.
Have a warning. It is not that hard. I've seen it on other comics. It's not that hard. Now, comics are still generally lacking with that.
Right.
But it's not that hard. So, like, if you're triggered by anything that has to do with self-harm or, you know, hurting yourself in any way or dying by suicide or anything like that, like serious topics in this, all of those things. So just know that. Totally, Mara. I I feel like people, like, I didn't get one before I read it.
I didn't know either.
I just went into it, you know, and so that alone upsets me. I think people can do better. It's upsetting. My dad's saying you were sinking.
That was me. My computer is on a cardboard box, and it started to slip away
no.
from me, so I had to cut off Madonna's head again.
Oh no.
So I think that's better.
That's a
Thanks,
weird
Maya.
thing you just said, huh?
Well, Madonna's head on the print.
I understand. Yeah.
Okay. Which, by the way, my friend Marilyn, that's her artwork. She's amazing.
Oh, I love
Give her
that.
some
That's
props.
awesome. I thought it was like somebody bought it at a store.
She's amazing. She's an amazing artist.
Cool. Hold on, I'm gonna make you big.
See?
So it's a painting,
cool, right? Yeah, it's on canvas, like a stretch canvas.
That's really cool.
And there's Kim and her old dog Sam. Rest in peace, Sam. See him?
Sam.
Okay.
Ooh, and I see you're like, what are those penguin editions? Is that what those are? The little tiny ones? Are those like the poetry ones?
Those summer poetry, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the spines.
And there's Mr. Met up there too.
Love that. Oh no. Oh no.
I got kicked out of the show.
Oh no, I hit the wrong button. I hit remove. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. Everybody thinks it's a very cool.
Oh, thank you. You guys are so kind. I will relay that to her.
Hayden makes a good point. If indie comics like Heartstopper can include warnings, then bigger comic publishers have no excuse. So Heartstopper obviously has since been picked up by like who puts it out now, Scholastic or something, right? Like I don't know, one of the bigger publishers. But it started as a webcomic. And Alice Oseman was like, "Here's your warnings," and that's come on, like it's not hard, and it doesn't hurt.
I'd like to add just. I know this is me being protective of one of my best friends, but I would just like to clarify a bit. I think during that book club, and listen, that's what happens, right? When you're talking in a chat and, words can be misconstrued, but I just feel like maybe you were a little bit misunderstood. Are you still there, Kristen?
Yes, okay. I knew it was happening. I could hear you.
You could hear me? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I just feel like you were a bit misconstrued, misunderstood, whatever you want to call it. Anybody that knows you even a little bit knows, first off, you're probably one of the most open-minded, intelligent people that I know. So all you were trying to say, you were really just trying to drive home the part about the trigger. That was really it. And I think, and like I said, I understand how it could be, misunderstandings can happen. How many times have you been in a conversation with somebody over a text message and like they can't tell your tone, this and that? But I maybe I'm making this up, I don't know, but I felt like in the chat you were being misunderstood at times, and I would just like to say that. That's why I'm glad like you're like sort of reiterating it for people that maybe did watch that book club, and then also for people that didn't know, they also didn't watch it, they also can hear your thoughts. But really what you're saying is just you're just really driving home the fact of the importance of trigger warnings. So
well, I appreciate you saying that, because I really agree. I felt like there was a lot of immediate anger in the chat, and
I just was like, where is that coming from? But again, I get it sometimes, but I just wish that in situations like that, don't think the worst if you think the best, because you do nothing but display that you don't do anything that would make me or I feel anyone else sort of treat you in any other manner than just total respect, because you are, like I said, so open-minded and intelligent about the things that you say. You don't just go throwing. What I'm saying is you don't just go throwing things out for I can't even think of the right words because I'm being protective of one of my besties.
Oh, well, I super appreciate that. I appreciate you. And I do have to say, Barb, because you weren't here, we are talking about Carmen, and it wasn't more board games, although I think those were mentioned. I showed my Buffy game. You missed that. But I do want to say also, I appreciated Bar in that chat. I really did. I felt like Bar was being very open-minded and understanding of what I was saying. And so I just want to say, Bar, I do appreciate that. And you kind of have my back about the mental health problems I had with the book and how it didn't mention mental health at all, which I still don't understand. And I had problems with the book. So Anyway, I appreciate you, Mary. I appreciate Bar. I appreciate, anyone who understood.
And I felt like Bar was also sharing, like, her honest thoughts and opinions. And she just, like you said, I also felt that she was being supportive of what you were saying. And it's, just because, and that's another thing. Let's make this clear too, that we are not the kind of people that need everybody to agree with everything that we say. It is not about that.
You and I have disagreed on books before, and we've had a fine time talking about. I mean, my bestie, Riley Sager. Survived the night. I survived, but you barely survived that book, right? Like
exactly. And we have respectful conversations.
Yeah.
I never make you feel like you're wrong for not liking a book, and you never do that to me.
No,
we actually end up having a good laugh typically if we're like,
yeah. And now mentioning him is just funny.
I know. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate everything you said. So thank you for that.
You are welcome.
My dad's pointing out Carmen was an import translation. Not that it makes it okay to not have those warnings. Yeah, especially when, again, it's being published by a very big publisher. I just, I don't understand it. So,
well, that's an interesting point, right? I wonder if, like, when books are translated, if they get sort of the same, checklist of, as if they weren't translated works, right?
Well, like, so much of. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all I was going to say. Like, I never even thought about that. But like Larry said, like, not that it makes it okay, but I wonder if, because it's translated work, if they put that same sort of effort in before releasing the book.
Well, it's one of those things, not to bring Reed's books into everything, but his first book published by a little publisher, Microcosm Publishing. I mean, they're smaller publisher, an indie publisher, and he wrote his story the way he did, and he has a trigger warning in his story, like before something happens, so you can skip that page if you want, and he made that decision. And it's the same deal. Like, this was Image. You can make that decision.
Yeah.
You have all of, like, you put your work out there. Image is very much like you're publishing your thing, So that to me comes down to, that could have been in there and translated to English.
Of course.
But it wasn't. So
yeah.
I get what you're saying, though. Anyway, we don't have to go on about it, but yeah, we didn't like that book.
Exactly.
We didn't like the book. We had a lot of problems with it. Would not recommend personally.
And this is a joke too, but I actually am even surprised that I read the book in time for the book club, because I am the worst. Don't invite me to your book club. You don't want me in your book club, because if I think I have to read something, I won't do it. I'll show up like without my homework done. That's why I don't know if Danny from Spinelli Speaks is still here. I always joke, I'm like, you guys run the best book club, because whenever I can join in live, I'm like joking around in the chat. I never read the books. I think I read like 2 books of their book club. But I'm like, thank you for never kicking me out of your book club, because you just let me hang out. I'm just so like hanging out in your chat. I never read the books. So I always tease them. But yeah, Danny and Laura are funny. They don't kick me out of book club, and I never read the book. So,
well, that's wonderful.
That's the kind of book club I should belong to.
I'm seeing Bar's comment.
What's that?
But sorry if I'm oversharing. I was looking at the live chat, like in YouTube, because I don't see something that would be considered.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I mean, I'm looking just in StreamYard, but I don't see anything, Bar, until you say.
Yeah, I just checked YouTube. Bar, are we missing your comment or something? This is the last one we saw.
Oh, or maybe Bar is referring to during the book club.
Oh, maybe.
But I don't know. I didn't think. Yeah, I didn't think so there either. I thought you were just being like really honest with your thoughts.
Yeah, totally. And I did miss something up here. I wanted to pull up. Teeny says maybe Jess's book club isn't for you. We did not like the last 2 books, but I think that's what a book club should be, right? Like if the entire audience loved the book, what are you really talking about, right?
Yeah. And here's the thing. Like I just said, I'll totally watch like a book club kind of live stream, even if I didn't read it, just because like I'm going to hang out. I want to see who's in the chat, see if Bar's in the chat, Jessica, Kristen, like to support Larry, you know, like, so there are other reasons why I would join in.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it maybe just pulled it entirely because we don't see anything at all in either chat. Sorry, Bar. Yeah, it looks like that's showing up though. So if you want to repost your comment with that, we can totally pull it up for sure.
Just word it that way.
Okay, so you mentioned that book, and I will mention something entirely different. Which, if you guys are checking out Mini Comic Monday, we're doing it every Monday in May. I don't think a lot of you are checking out, but I appreciate the ones who are.
Listen, I love it. I love hearing about stuff and seeing mini comics that I learned that mini comics has nothing to do with the size. It has to do with how many pages are in the book.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's cool. And I have a mini comic to show after you that I read.
Oh, love that. Love that so much. That's very exciting. Also because at Heroes Con, we're going to see mini comics.
Cool.
You know, and we're going to be able to like experience that too. So, anyway, so I've been reading some for the Mini Comic Monday. Again, check it out if you haven't, please. I appreciate, and I appreciate you, Batmanda, for saying you loving Mini Comic Monday. Thank you.
Awesome.
I'm glad some people are enjoying it. We're going to keep doing it. I was like, nobody's watching these videos. Not nobody, but you know, they're not getting the most views, but we're still enjoying it. We want to show people, especially like the kind of, I'm going to show you some here too. So if you haven't watched those videos, you want to hear more of my thoughts, like go there. But Our Little Friends is an all ages horror comic that I read. This is by Ashley Robin Franklin. And again, this is a mini comic. It's about a small town in Texas. So everybody in the small town of Bradbury, Texas, I'm going to read the back. Knows that you have to leave a pumpkin out on your front porch on Halloween night. It's a tradition that they all take very seriously. That is, everybody except the new family in town. And what happens when you don't leave a pumpkin on your porch? Our little friends won't be happy about it. So, really enjoyed the art. I like the story a lot too. And it is an all ages like horror story. It was super fun. And yeah, it was a good time. I was like, do I want to show that? Yeah, I can show that. Again, it is all ages. I saw that, and that's actually just pumpkin guts, so don't worry about it. I was like, that's blood. No, it's like cherry pie or something. Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, this was fun. Reed got this from Silver Sprocket, their web store. They distro it because this was self-published. So I don't know if you can get it from Ashley Robin Franklin's website. If you do check out the Mini Comic Monday episodes, all of the links to those people and their stores are in the description. So if you're interested, you can check it out there.
Love that.
But yeah, I really liked it.
I see some comments that I agree with 100%.
Reed Shingle, 10 out of 10 content. Thank you, Jessica.
Do you know, Manic Monday is one of my favorite songs ever. So
it's a good time.
As soon as Reed started,
yeah,
I was happy.
He's gonna do it every time. It's gonna be great.
Cool.
Let me skip back up here to my dad. I'm really glad you two were in the chat on the book club, as I really did not get that angle at all before you started it, and now I do get it. I'm glad to hear that, Dad, and I appreciate you. Just generally, it's being a great dad, but also like, you know, we talked about it after, and I do think, even as someone like who really loved the book, like I'm glad you can appreciate and understand another side of it. Totally. Because that's what we all want, right? I think that's where the good discussions happen for these books. Like if I held up like I just did, somebody's like, I hate this book because this reason, I want to know about it. I'm like, okay, tell me why.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. So, and especially something so serious like that. I'm glad you're saying that, Dad. Thanks.
Yeah, and I think that's really cool of you, Larry. Like there are so many people out there in general that aren't willing to listen to another viewpoint, another perspective, and clearly you don't fall into that category. And I think that's amazing.
Totally. And James did point out this week's video for Mini Comic Monday, we learned about Daniel Warren Johnson mini comic, and that is one actually I have read, so I wanted to pull that up. It's Old Man Skywalker. Yeah, this is Daniel Warren Johnson of, you know, Wonder Woman Dead Earth fame, of Murder Falcon fame, of Beta Ray Bill, fame of all the fame. And he's great. But yeah, if you ever see him at a con, like he tends to have these. And this was just a story about, again, as it's Old Man Skywalker. And this is not like he can't officially sell this through a publisher or anything because it's not licensed. But it's super cool. I mean, look at this art. I really liked it. Yeah, it was a good time. So pick that up sometime. Just seeing Kristen's face here in the intro makes it worth it. People pointed out, they were like, "You're just awkwardly sitting there," and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I know, what can you do? Like,
what do I do?
Yeah.
TD says, I haven't read any of Jess's book club books yet. I haven't found one I want to read out of the two.
Gotcha.
Yeah, have there only been 2 book clubs, or were there 3?
Well, I think there's only 2 because it's once a month, so I guess.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of like other books they were gonna pick and they didn't.
Okay.
But no, they did Scurry, yeah?
Scurry, Carmen.
Talk about Scurry.
What else?
The other one we didn't like.
Wait,
with
Larry
the butt cover.
Oh, Callie with the Callie with the hiney.
Callie, Carmen. What are we doing here, guys? It's the one name ladies we don't like. I guess. Let's see. Oh, okay. So that's why I said I'm sorry. I'm oversharing.
Got it.
Got you. You're not though, and
never. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Just Mini Comic Monday.
Michael, I could hear it. I could hear you singing it.
Michael, I appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying it, and thank you, Hayden. It's so much fun. We're having a good time with it. We appreciate you watching. Tragically, Mr. Pop-Tart Has to Pee appears to be sold out. Batmanda, if you're super interested in Mr. Pop-Tart Has to Pee, I will see Fend at Heroes Con, and I'd be happy to like pick you up a Mr. Pop-Tart Has to Pee.
I don't know what's going on here, but it sounds really fun.
Didn't you watch the first mini comic?
Oh Monday? God, I'm in trouble. I feel I'm in trouble.
That's
Larry,
the first thing I mentioned.
Larry, help me, Larry.
Mr. Pop-Tart Has to Pee was featured in the first Mini Comics Monday.
Oh, that's right.
It's about a cat called Mr. Pop-Tart who has to pee.
Got it. Oh.
Just another Mini Comic Monday.
Did you hear that? Yeah? Nice job, Reed. Nice cameo. Oh. Great. Love that.
Should we tell the people?
About Dog Body?
About Dog Body?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, my wife Kim comes up with little songs for Alexander, and they have to be good because I know them all. But one of her songs is Dog Body. So whenever we put the harness on Alexander to take him for a walk, she starts singing Dog Body. Put the harness on. I don't know if I'm up for singing live, but if Reed wants to come back and sing Dog Body live, he could with the guitar.
If he hears that, he'll probably do it.
That's one of Alexander's songs. That's what Dog Body is.
Yeah. Reed did a whole rendition.
Yeah, we loved it too.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
My dad says now Mary has me started about Prince. Susanna Hoffs. That song was a gift from him.
Yes.
The one girl he could never get. He says the legend anyway.
I got to tell you, I had such a crush on Susanna Hoffs. She's just a cute little button.
A button?
Little button.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, here it comes.
Oh. You hear the door? The squeaky door.
Is he going to play?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do it.
Dog Body. Put the harness on the Dog Body. Alexander. Dog Body.
I love how Reed added the Alexander part.
Oh, we went crazy when we heard it. It's really good. It's really good.
Thanks, Reed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were right. The 3. Yeah. 3
I forgot about
all one word too.
There's a theme here.
Maybe, I mean, Scurry was great. Obviously, I've read Scurry. Love Scurry. Technically, Jess and I did a book club on Scurry, but whatever, it's fine. I'm curious. Do we have a poll for the next one, Dad? Has that been decided? Oh wait, you guys decided Days of Sand. That's right. And James confirms it in the next comment. Yeah, that'll be good. I think.
I still haven't read it. I had to run out and buy it, but I still haven't read it.
Yeah, I'll have to get it too. Okay, Bar's trying again. In response to that book, Carmen, I considered unaliving myself as a closeted teenager, which is why it's important for me that mental health will be represented right in books. Absolutely. I think no matter who you are, what.
Oh, Kristen. You're back.
Okay. I was saying something serious too.
I know.
I'm sorry. Yeah, what I was saying was I think, it's especially important for anyone who's struggled or dealt with anything at all mental health wise to be represented right. And I mean, again, that's why like for trigger warnings and stuff, I want to be very vocal about when that's needed. And I want to let people know, even with the Guardians movie, I'm like, please know that this is happening because a lot of people can't.
Oh dear. Kristen. Come back. You're back. I hear you.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. You said
one day we'll get through this.
You started to say about Guardians 3.
Yeah, Guardians. I also want people to know about that.
Oh dear. She'll be back, everyone. Don't worry. You're stuck with me, but she'll be back any second.
Will I be back ever?
Here she is. I told you she'd be back.
What sucks is I don't know what's happening until you say, oh dear. And then I've already said like a million things.
Well, that's why I'm saying the same term, same phrase, because then that's when at least for me, I can't see, I can't hear you anymore and you're frozen. Mm-hmm. So, but Bar, by the way, thanks for sharing that because, I just think that's important. And it's not that you have to, but I think it's really awesome that you would share that with us. It means a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So my point is it's important. And thank you for sharing that. And hi, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
If that is your real name, it's not.
I know, but
I guess his name could be Scott.
That could be the whole, haha of his handle, right?
Right.
Or it could really be Scott.
Here's the funny part. What if it is?
I would love that.
It'd be hilarious. Sounds like the L Word cast names. Callie Carmen. That's funny. It does.
Well, I think that was, I didn't know, the mini comic.
Oh, yeah, totally. That sounds great. If you wouldn't mind, I would love that. Yeah, I need it. I'll make a note, but I can totally grab another Mr. Pop-Tart. Absolutely. I really like Larry's Library, but he's currently on my, on your list. Your LOL. I have a Godzilla hardcover headed my way thanks to his review. He's as bad as Jess. That's hilarious. Hope you love it.
Yeah, that's the glory and the downfall of following YouTube, right? I do it all the time too. I'm like, oh, gotta have that book. Now gotta have that game too.
Yeah. The only crossover event I will tolerate. I don't know what was this in reference to.
All right, let me think.
I feel like I'm becoming Jess in the chat. I'm not trying to be. After all the internet issues, I'm just like, where are we at?
Let's see.
Maybe the Prince and
No,
Prince.
No, because your dad was talking about the Prince, how Prince wrote that song. Not sure.
Maybe Read Covenant. Jessica, let us know.
We're
not understanding. Oh, crossover. Mini Comic Monday and Thursday reading update. Thank you.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Also funny. Thank you. When are we going to get the Power of Violence rendition of Mini Comic Monday? Read will do it.
He's working on it.
He'll do it.
Larry. Good taste, Larry.
A comic book creator and a singer, Reed really is the whole package. I was just talking to a coworker about this because they mentioned somebody they knew from someone has a song on the country chart right now. I'm not a country person. Didn't care. And she was trying to play it for me. Didn't care. Listen, Superman Country. You didn't know?
I didn't know this about you. Do you know this about me? I have a little country in me. Like I like some country music.
Like some modern country though.
Yeah, actually, does anybody listen to Morgan Wade? She's my latest one. I'm listening to her one album over and over again. Yeah.
Mary, send me something. I'll give it a shot.
Well, no, if you're not into it, I'm not trying to like push, I'm not gonna like push it on you. But if you want, I could send you like a couple of my favorite songs of hers, and
why not? Yeah,
give it a whirl.
It's just never been my thing.
I get it.
I mean, I liked some Johnny Cash back in the day, that kind of stuff. But I feel like that's very different than like what you hear now, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm open to things, but not generally my thing. So anyway, she was playing the song, hated it.
Oh my God.
And she's like, I know someone famous now. And I was like, listen.
You're like, this song sucks.
I was like, listen. My husband opened for 21 Pilots back in the day. Okay. Like Hawthorne Heights, remember them? He opened for them. Like God. I just And then I said, Iggy Pop blurbed his book.
Yeah.
And she's like, who?
Oh no.
So anyway, that's just a story about my day. My point is, I was talking about how he can do everything. I played one of Reed's songs for her.
Nice.
She's like, that's him? I was like, yeah, he's so good at everything. She's like, what does he play? I'm like, all the things. I don't know. He's great. So it's pretty unfair, Barry. Exactly. He's the whole package. And I don't understand. That's all. I swear I took back my curse on Kristen. So this time I wasn't. She probably managed to annoy someone. That's probably true.
No.
That's probably true.
No.
Maybe Jessica wants to cross over Indiana and Kentucky peoples go together and be nice to each other for once. I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, is there like a natural feud that goes on between?
At least in the area that I grew up in. Because
what are people fighting over?
Well, Kentucky was like so close to where I was in Indiana, like over a bridge, like 5 minutes away.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm still close to Indiana, but I'm on the other side now. So I don't know. It's weird. There's a weird like thing. Okay. Yeah. Well, also like when I moved to Kentucky, I was like, hold on, everyone does have an accent.
Okay.
It's very confusing because
Kentucky and Indiana feud.
Mm-hmm.
College basketball.
Oh, that's what it is. UK and IU. Yeah, that's
okay.
What it is. That's a huge part of it. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Also, thanks, Bar. I am the complete package.
Funny. Okay. A PV version of Reed. Okay. Hey, Mary liking country. Least surprising thing I've ever heard. Really? I didn't expect it, honestly.
Well, it's not a far reach from like singer-songwriters, and I'm into that.
I mean, I'm into that too, though.
I know. That's why I think it. I don't know.
I gotta say, it's bad for my area where I live, though, because everyone loves country so much here. Loves it so much. And
there's a certain but there's also a certain spectrum of country that I enjoy. I'm not going.
That's fair.
Like, I'll just stop there because I don't want to end up like insulting somebody.
To offend someone's
interest. I tend to like more stuff that is more singer-songwriter-y, if that makes any kind of sense. So
sure.
There you have it.
Jessica says we come together to mutually engage in Ohio and Tennessee slander, James. This is the way. That's fair. That's fair. Speaking of Reed, asked him to watch my Godzilla hardcover video before y'all come over Saturday, as I have a related proposal idea for him.
Oh.
Okay. That's on our list. We haven't seen that one yet, but we watch all your other videos. So.
I already watched the Godzilla one.
Well.
Who's Larry's favorite now?
I'll watch it after this.
You're like, I'm going to watch it twice.
I'll give you 2 views, Doc. No music shaking here. I used to be a Justin Bieber fan for most of my teen years. Hey, no harm in that.
Listen, I will be the first person to say Justin has plenty of great songs. Like,
listen, I'm with you.
I will
say it right now.
Yeah. This song, Sorry. I love that song, Sorry.
I like it too.
And I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry about it.
Yeah.
This turned into a weird Belieber.
I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
That's funny. Tell her what I always warned you about before you visited Kentucky.
What's that?
I don't. Something about their accents, I think. Dad, is that right?
Really?
I was a kid when this would happen. I also called, just fun fact from when I was a kid, I called Christmas lights Kristen lights. Like I was 100% sure that's what people were saying.
Oh, I thought you did like that's a cute thing. I didn't. But if you thought that's what, how
Well,
how old
maybe
were you?
well, I was little. Maybe I didn't. Dad, please clarify. Maybe I didn't think they were saying that, but I definitely said that, right? Like, tell us the real story. I don't remember. I was a kid. Can we do a blast beat, Reed? Would you like to? Just speaking the truth, Reed. That's true. Kristen can probably blame me for her disliking Superman and country. Yeah, but I'm an adult now, and I still agree. So we'll see. Same. Everyone loves country here too. Yeah, I can't. I can't. I just can't. I listen to Mediterranean music. Now that's shocking. Everyone who meets me thinks I'm just a pop head. That's fun. What other pop do you like, Bar? Speaking of pop head, I'm not even from here, but I sure will defend Kentucky to my dying day. Well, that's just nice of you, Jessica. Like, Booksport gives a Bieber now. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear any pro Bieber stuff here. My dad just doesn't generally like a lot of very popular pop, at least. Justin Bieber's later album Justice was one of the best of 2021. Don't come at me. I love this open music talk. That's all. I still love the Spice Girls. We know this.
Oh boy.
It had to be done. We had to mention them.
There was a recent Justin Bieber song that I really loved. I can't think of the title now. It was a huge hit too.
I like there was that Peaches one in the past few years.
Wasn't that
I like that Peaches one. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I had one pop up on Spotify at work the other day, and I was like, "Why am I liking it?"
Yeah.
Oh.
Tell them about Lil Yachty.
Reed, you're the one with all the Lil Yachty knowledge.
Lil Yachty's new album, it came out at the beginning of the year, is
so loud.
You're so loud. It's too loud, apparently.
Sorry. It's so good. It shouldn't be good, but it's so good.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet, but I do love the Lil Yachty song he did with Oliver Tree. It's great.
I don't know this language you're speaking, but
Mary doesn't know what we're talking about.
I'll listen to it.
Lil Yachty.
Oh,
Reed,
boy.
don't yell it again.
I heard him. I just don't know it.
I will never forget the day I was on the phone with an old friend from New England, and she said I was developing an accent. Oh, Jessica.
It happens.
I don't hear it. I thought we all have regional accents, right?
Of course.
But really, when I started my job here in Kentucky,
mm-hmm.
I was like, hold on. Does everyone in this city have an accent? Because everyone I work with has one.
And it's like a strong accent.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not everyone I work with, but like most people I work with.
Do they think
they immediately clocked me. They were like,
I was gonna say.
Yeah. They were like, are you from here? And I was like, no, I'm from Indiana. And they're like, oh, we can tell.
Oh wow.
I'm like, okay. At what point when you were very young, you thought we were saying Kristen lights. So after that, we just kept saying it that way. See, that's cute. Yeah. I wasn't like 15.
All right, you seem a little defensive about it. So now I'm thinking you were a little older. Were you driving yet? I don't know.
Yeah, probably not. Depends on the part of the state for sure. Yes. Okay. I really loved Nirvana when I was a teenager. Who doesn't love Nirvana though, right? New Janelle Monáe album this summer. I'm pumped. I will listen to that too. She's good. You love the Spice Girls, but did you listen to that release song? Oh no, that totally wasn't sent to you legally prior to release. Hated it. I totally forgot about it. I'm gonna have to do that soon.
And what song? What do you mean? You didn't receive any song like that.
I didn't receive anything, but if I were to have, then I forgot I did, and I need to listen to it. That I don't have it. Wasn't sent it. Oh, okay. Here we go. Beyonce, yeah. Ariana Grande, okay. Adele counts. Doja Cat. Okay. I don't know Haley, and I don't know the other one, but that's exciting.
Nice.
We love a good pop around here. Many blast beats on the Lil Yachty album. Ask Reed. Kentucky warning. There used to be a couple of store/restaurants just across the bridge we would go to. And before we would go, warn you not to laugh at the Kentuckians and their accents.
Oh, man.
As a little kid. That's funny. That's probably right. Yeah. Light sounds better. Kristen Light sounds better. So young Kristen was onto something here.
Kristen Lights.
Y'all hear the new Smashing Pumpkins yet? Dad, we have so much to talk to you about.
I haven't.
Reed and I haven't either, but Billy Corgan, lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins, he's a lot. We listened to Tegan and Sarah on his podcast.
Okay.
And the podcast was, and the whole thing wasn't them on it. Like, they had a little interview portion.
Okay.
And the rest of it was Billy Corgan, like, talking about this album that's, like, this wild fantasy adventure.
Shiny and Jude.
Yeah, he just kept saying, and Shiny and Jude. And they were like, it was like the space opera, and that he was describing the album. And we just, like, laughed the whole time. It was just sounded bonkers. So it made me not want to listen to it, to be honest. Did you listen to it, Dad?
And did you like it if you listened to it?
Yeah, we're curious. Oh, I know about James knows about them. Okay, or about them. If you like pop, you should look at them. Okay. I don't know how to say the name, so I'm avoiding it. You might understand what she says, but her music is a vibe.
Cool.
Totally check it out. Mary, I didn't mean to keep going. Let's talk about books. I apologize.
Oh, I love talking about music. So I read a mini comic inspired by you and Reed. It's also on Silver Sprocket. Again, wouldn't know about them if it wasn't for you two. So this was on Hoopla, and Hoopla has a lot, actually. I was a little surprised. So this is Lorna by Benji Nate.
Awesome.
See that? Looks like a Kristen book, right?
It does, and I have read it.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
So it's by Benji Nate. So you can take me off. Take me off.
Oh no! Oh no, Mary! I did it again.
So
you said it so urgently, like "take me off," and I was like, "Oh no!"
I know, I use my like possessed voice.
I'm so sorry.
So you may know Benji from Catboy, which I believe you also read, right?
I did.
I did not. But it says here, Lorna's like any other girl. She loves cats. She's incredibly awkward, and she won't hesitate to pull a knife on those who displease her. So at first I was reading this. You know me, I'm always going to be honest. This isn't an oh no moment for Kristen, though. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm like, what am I reading?
I'm just listening. And I also looked up my rating, so.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
So at first I was like, what am I reading? Honestly, I got a little annoyed in the beginning because I was just not getting it. And then I realized like I needed to pull the reins in a little because you're reading a mini comic. There's not going to be 200 pages plus to go into character development. I think I was taking it a bit too seriously, but it was one of those ones I didn't rate it. I think I waited a day to rate it. And then I realized I enjoyed it. So I don't know.
So what'd you give it?
I think I gave it 3.
Okay. Well, I looked it up for my rating, and I don't see you on here. But sometimes Goodreads is funky. And
oh, really?
Well, I don't see you. And I know I've looked up other people, like books before that I know we've both read.
Yeah.
The ratings aren't there for some reason. So I don't know. I read this in 2019, and I gave it 3 stars.
Okay.
So I don't remember anything about it. I do know I love Benji Nate's art.
I did really like the art.
I loved Hellphone.
Oh, that's right. I didn't read that. This is my first one by Benji.
I totally recommend Hellphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, Lorna, don't remember really anything about it. Gave it 3 stars. So I apparently liked it fine. But I continued with Benji Nate after that. I like Catboy more.
Okay.
And I loved Hellphone. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am completely lying to you. Because I couldn't find it on Goodreads. So I think that's why we cannot find my rating. But I remember thinking I would give it 3 stars.
I had to type in Lorna Benji Nate, and then it came up.
And you know what's interesting? I just read this last week or so, and it's still not coming up for me. All right, it's not important to do now, but I just read it and I can't really tell you what it's about. I just kind of remember her being like, like this moody character, and she loved her cats and everybody else annoyed her. She wasn't afraid to use the knife. But I can't really it didn't stick with me. And I sometimes that's okay because when I was reading it, I was like involved. I escaped. End of story. Does
That's
that make
what it's
sense?
about. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, Silver Sprocket is like, they have a lot of, which my dad loves hearing and saying, apparently. It's nice. They have a lot of super weird stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's
I actually,
definitely weird.
Yeah, super weird stuff. I actually have some in this stack that's quite weird that I read.
But I was trying to go into it knowing that, because I've heard like you and Reed talk about stuff, from Silver Sprocket and the mini comics, even before you started doing that series. And I just you can't go into it reading it the way you might read some other books, right? It's definitely out there. It's weird. And I just kind of like that bit of a challenge.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I will say, so the same author and artist who did this, our little friends, Ashley Robin Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
One I read from her on Hoopla last year, and I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. It was a contender for like one of my favorites of the year.
Wow.
It didn't quite get there, but I totally recommend this, especially I remember really loving Ashley's art, but it's called That Full Moon Feeling, and it's on Hoopla. Totally recommend it for everybody. Check it out. 5 stars. I just remember loving it. It's basically described on Goodreads as a witch and a werewolf go on 3 disastrous dates in this magical queer rom-com.
Nice.
So as long as you're aware, I know, Mary, there's a line for you with cutesy stuff. So
what are you talking about?
I know we've disagreed on some cutesy books in the past, but
what was okay, just go there. What was the last cutesy book that I apparently didn't go for?
Kim Reaper.
Yeah.
I loved it. I think you very much did not like it.
I get what you're saying. I won't try to justify myself. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I actually kind of want to reread this now, maybe before you do, to see if it's Mary approved.
What's that title? If it's on Hoopla, I'll just try it.
Yeah. That Full Moon Feeling.
That Reaper book
looks like this.
Let me focus. So here it is. That Full Moon Feeling.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to borrow it right now.
That's just one from Silver Sprocket I thought of that I absolutely love. So
borrowed.
Yeah, definitely written. Awesome. Recommend that, and I want you to check out Hellphone too.
Oh, right. I think I borrowed that and then just never read it.
Yeah, and it's a fast one.
Yeah.
And it's not done, but I really liked it. So, speaking of Silver Sprocket and weird books that they come out with, Reed got these mini comics, and they were mentioned in Mini Comic Monday. So if you haven't checked those out, they're there. And I was like, you know what? I'll read it. Fine. And I felt I'm going to show both of these. So there are 2 volumes, and I gave them both 3 stars. Reed liked them more.
Okay, that happens.
And I mean, I liked it. It was weird. That's how I feel. But that is, of course, Pee Pee Poo Poo. By Caroline Cash. Do you want to hear me say Pee Pee Poo Poo?
I don't know. Is there more to the title? Do you read it? Do you read it and go, oh yeah, well of course they had to name it that.
I think there is a reference in this first volume where the name came from.
Okay.
Because it really kind of is just short comics of Caroline Cash's life, as well as there's some fictional stuff in here too. And I ultimately enjoyed it. It was super weird. I enjoyed it though. I gave it 3, but I can't give it more than that. I understand the appeal ultimately. And I did finish it, and I was like, Reed's gonna love this way more than I.
Oh, really?
Because I mean, and he bought it for himself.
Yeah.
So there's this Pee Pee Poo Poo, and then there's a second volume of Pee Pee Poo Poo, which I also read and gave 3 stars. So yeah, and I mean, there's some great art in here, and there's some weird stories, and it is cool to like read something a little more experimental, which I feel like some mini comics can
Yes.
also be, you know.
Yes.
I don't know. So I did like that aspect of it. It's certainly something you'll not get anywhere else, which is something to say, I guess. But yeah, I get the appeal.
Okay.
So I read that. Pee Pee Poo Poo.
I think it's the title for me.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
When Reed said that, I was like, "What are you reading? What's
You're
happening?"
you're like, really?
And I was like, "I have to, I guess."
Um,
It's not about pee pee or poo poo, so just that. You're like, stop saying it.
Stop. Just, it's my own fault. I kept asking.
Sorry
It's
about
okay.
it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I could have not mentioned them, but I did read them. So
You have to tell us what you read.
yeah. Did you read more?
I did.
Oh, look at you.
I finished a first
Mars
time.
Sorry.
A first time for everything.
Oh yeah.
On 1st, I took this out from the library by Dan Santat. It's his memoir. So it's about his he ends up going on he doesn't want to go, but he goes on this class trip. They go overseas, they're seeing all these sights, and he realizes, of course, it's a much better experience than he thought he would have. He deals with a little bit of bullying, particularly more so in the beginning. It's not too excessive, but I do think that's something that should be mentioned. And if anyone asks if they put that anywhere in the book, I'm not sure. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the art. I think I showed some of the art last time. I forget. Good art. And there we go. Focus.
I won't take you out this time.
Okay. I'll say it in my mean gremlin way when I'm ready. But there's some really cool art. I enjoy. Oh, come on. There we go. I enjoyed it. I am glad that I took it out from the library. Let me see if. Oh, this is a great shot.
Oh yeah, yeah. His art's great.
Yeah, I do have to say the art is amazing. I enjoyed the story. I do like the way he writes. It's like very to the point, very heartfelt at times. Here's another great one. As you can see, they went to Paris. It's one of the places. But it's really cool. He ends up finding out, like he ends up finding new friends when he's away. Okay. Oh, you already took me out. I was gonna do the gremlin voice. So he ends up basically. I don't think this is really a spoiler. I think it's if you read the back, you could pretty much figure it out. But he finds new friends when he's away, and sort of finds parts of himself that he didn't realize that were within him. I thought it was a good story. I didn't walk away like, I didn't cry. We all know that's a measurement I use. Did I cry? Was I tempted to cry? I gave it 3 stars. I enjoyed it a lot. But I don't think it's something as you like to mention that if I did buy this, it wouldn't be something that I would end up keeping on the shelf. But that is to say though, that I did enjoy it. You mentioned the art. I did love the art. As far as the story, listen, he let us into his life and what happened to him when he went on his class trip. So take it for what it was. I wasn't dazzled, liked it.
Okay. I actually got that one from the library as well.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, obviously.
Yeah.
But I read The Aquanaut by him, and I gave it 3 stars.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I didn't keep it.
Yeah.
Love the art, though. Love the art.
Exactly.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for good art. Adding this to my list, Mary. This is about to be a new hobby, and I will apologize to my wife later. Mara, I love this. And I did want to say, I wanted to point out, Mara. I know, Mara. I'm gonna keep saying Mara. We don't know each other that well yet, but I feel like you may enjoy Pee Pee Poo Poo. Specifically,
Mara, come on.
It's recommended for girls and gays, and it's a 1-person anthology series. I don't know. I'm just saying you may enjoy that. You laughed at Pee Pee Poo Poo.
And by the way, Mara, if you want to use this, feel free. I'm not saying it works well, but what Kristen and I do, like if we want to buy something and we just want like to add a little like clause to it, we say, you know, Kristen says to Reed, I say to Kim, well, Kristen got a copy of this. And, I always throw in like, well, Kristen found like the best price, so I had to get it. We basically say, well, Kristen got one. So if you want to start, I don't know how that'll fly in your life, but if you want to start using us as like sort of the excuse, we're here for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You feel targeted by people. Yeah, again, I gave them 3 out of 5 for me personally, but maybe you'll enjoy it more than I did. I don't know. I also, more mini comics, read Lil Grimm again.
Oh.
This is the second time reading it. I picked this up at some cool shop, I think in St. Louis. Look at him. Look at that little guy.
He is precious.
He really is. And this is a very precious story, honestly, about this little Grim Reaper who has a lot of feelings and still has to do his job. But, maybe has a lot of... I'm like, I don't want to spoil things. It's so short. It was really great. I liked it a lot. So I do recommend Little Grim to people.
It reminds me of what's that book I read because you and Reed read it, the one with the Grim Reaper. Something with a goldfish in the title or something.
Death Wins a Goldfish.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good, right?
Yeah, I love that one too.
Mara, buy that one. Death Wins a Goldfish. It's great. Mara, do you have Hoopla at your library? Because actually, you can get a lot of these on there.
Yeah, we could save you some money.
Save some money there, yeah. Because you have to buy stuff at Heroes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bar says it's nearly 4:30 a.m., so I gotta go to bed. Bar, have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, Bar. Thanks for everything, for sharing and everything.
Can't wait until we get. Yes, thank you for sharing. I'm sorry, I was looking ahead. Bar, we appreciate you. Jessica says, can't wait until we get to the part of the video where it becomes clear Kristen read 2 volumes of Pee Pee Poo Poo, but hasn't finished Excavate.
Go ahead, do it. I knew it.
You're so right. What's wrong with me?
Can I request everybody just stop saying the title of Pee Pee Poo Poo? Like, let's.
You just said it again.
I know. I wanted to participate. We can say I said it, and just let's leave. Let's.
Hayden says I haven't heard this much pee and poo poo since I was 5.
Exactly, Hayden.
It's so true. I haven't finished this. You're right. I need to. I'm enjoying it a lot. But
Kristen,
when have I read it? What? You know what?
Know.
Over the weekend, I read 2 pages of this book. Okay?
Wait, wow, how did you do it? Did
2 pages?
Wow, 2.
Something's wrong with me. Yep.
I feel the need to share right now that Anthony Bourdain book I was reading. Well, the one written by his director, longtime director guy. I didn't finish it. Did I mention this no? Because I think I decided on this after the last live stream.
I think you were like reading it the last live
stream.
Oh, sorry.
You were reading it again.
Just like I'm reading this one. Like,
so I admitted that I was enjoying it, but it's just not the right time. Like it wasn't hitting, the right time. So I'm putting it aside. I think if I do go back to it, when I go back to it, it'll be audiobook, I think.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna come here and be like, I read this book.
Don't tease Jessica like that.
Jessica, one day it'll happen.
I know.
Anyway, what did you read?
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
I thought you were still catching up on the... Oh, no. Okay. I have one left. This was an audiobook. This is The Secret Life of Albert Entwistle by Matt Cain. And Kristen. Wait. Oh boy. Shiny. You can't see, but I'm going to send the cover to you because there's a cat on the cover.
Oh, love that.
Yeah. Love that. So this is about the life of Albert. He is a postman in England, and he's getting to that point in life where he knows he's going to have to retire, and certain things go on in his job, and he's sort of forced to retire, not in a bad way or whatever. So it's about him embracing his life, like, because he's just identified as that's who he was. He was a postman. He didn't have like a lot of love in his life because of certain things that happened when he was younger. So he didn't even have a lot of friends. He was like very much like a hermit. And that's just the life he knew. But he realized once his job was going to be gone, he needed to have a more fulfilling life. So it's sort of about his journey, about how he finds himself. And I don't think this is a spoiler because I don't have the book to look at, but he remembers one of his first loves when he was very young. So it's about his pursuit to see if he can track down this guy again so late in life. I think Albert ends up being, I think he's like he's like in his 60s. He must be, because it's like retirement age, right? So it's about his quest. Won't he find his like first real love from when he was young? So it's just this beautiful story. I think you would really love this book, Kristen.
It sounds good. Yeah.
It's just, and I went the audiobook route, and it's the narration is amazing. But I bet you it reads well too. Like, that would be a book, if I see it out and about, like in a used bookstore, I would pick up a physical copy because I really enjoyed it.
Love that.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, 5 stars all around.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Pee Pee Poo Poo says,
Hayden, that's the best.
The apocalypse will come and will wipe all life, and Krista will still be promising she's going to read How to Excavate a Heart. I'm going to prove all of you wrong one day. One day. Pee Pee Poo Poo is in the chat. Oh, Hayden, that's great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, I still do have a little stack here, so I guess I'll go through these. Skullcat. Got to start somewhere. This is one I mentioned again in Mini Comic Monday, and it has a great little sketch here. Big sketch,
that is
honestly.
Great.
Yeah, I actually kickstarted this one, and it was picked up by, I think, Top Shelf. I think put out a trade of this. Yeah, I haven't read it yet. I need to. I think it's on Hoopla. I just haven't read it yet. But this was kind of the start of it all. And Skullcat loves comics and fantasy, and I love Skullcat.
That art looks pretty bright and amazing.
Yeah, really cool art. I really liked it, and I'm glad that. I don't know if the story like continued from here or what, but I'm looking forward to reading that trade. I'm gonna have to do that soon. But yeah, this was great. By Norman Shirtliff.
By the way, I'm not being rude. You're mentioning these titles, and when you say they're on Hoopla, I'm like scurrying to find it before.
Yeah, not like this mini comic. This kind of started it all, I think. And then, some adventure. Yeah, I haven't read the trade yet, so I'm not positive. But yeah, I will for sure. I just finished this today, which is The Girl from the Other Side.
Oh,
the Deluxe Volume 1. Yeah, these nice, beautiful, shiny hardcovers.
I didn't see that you were reading that. I missed that on Goodreads, so.
Yeah, I actually took a lunch break today, and I finished this book. Yeah, and I was very happy to do that. And I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it. I'm looking forward to this journey. It is essentially about this little girl you can see on the cover, who there's like this. How do I describe it? There are people called outsiders, and there are people from the inside. So there's like this town that's like cut off from the rest of the world because there's a curse out there. And the curse and the people who are cursed, if you touch them, they turn into like this demon looking thing, right? So this is one of the outsiders who has been cursed, and he finds this little girl who is left with a note that says, take care of her, whatever the note says. I can't remember. And she's left on the outside. So this outsider is very kind to her, protects her. She calls him teacher. And everyone who comes to the outside thinks she's cursed because she's been near this. It's a whole thing. There's a curse. There's a situation. I don't know, but it's interesting. And I really liked it. I really liked the art too. And yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the journey. I have the next 2 deluxes actually because I got them on sale. These are pretty like pricey deluxes, but if you get them on sale, they're not too bad. And they're like 2 or 3 in 1. I'm not positive.
Nice.
But yeah, they're nice hardcovers, and I'm looking forward to reading more of this.
I'm curious to hear what happens. I don't know why. I just have this I had this feeling that things are going to get weird in that book.
I hope not. I really hope not.
I hope not too.
Really hope not. So far, nothing's. I mean, it's
Okay.
weird. I guess they're like demons and stuff.
Okay.
But not like creepy weird. Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully never. Hopefully never. Prove us wrong and read it live. You know what? Maybe I should. That other side book sounds like Lemire teamed up with Ito. It's pretty great so far. It is. I gave that 4 stars, 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Hopefully nothing gets weird.
I'm sorry. I'm not wishing that on you. I just
I
just think it's that cover. That I know he's supposed to be like scary looking, right?
Well, and I think it's supposed to give you like just like a creepy vibe because like what is he, right? But yeah, I'll definitely let you know. Hopefully not. But I also read from the library Squished, which is about this family of 7. Particularly, you kind of follow the second oldest girl in the family, and her life dealing with having a bajillion siblings and that struggle. Ultimately, I really liked it. It's the same author as Allergic, which I haven't read. This is, people always, you and I say it, people throw around middle grade and stuff. I guess it's middle grade. I'm not positive of the age range, but I really liked it. So definitely worth a library read, I think, for sure.
Nice.
So that was Squished. I also read another tiny little baby comic from the library, which is Cracking Me Up, which is about a girl who brings her pet Kraken to Kraken, who's very misunderstood. Everybody thinks, he's just going to eat chips and he's going to kill people. Anyway, it was a cute story. Cute. It was fun. It was clearly for like younger readers, but I had a good time.
Yeah, of course.
Good library read, for sure. I also read I Am Maru, which is a cute little cat who's on the internet, apparently. And it's just the cat's adventures. And what's cool about this, I've never seen a book like this, but you get the English translation as well as the original under the same image, which is interesting. I've never seen a book like that, but yeah, this was cute. Cat adventures. I like that. So that's what
your thing.
It's kind of the thing I like. I don't know if you've heard that about me, but and finally, I gave this one a 4 out of 5. Belle of the Ball. This was a second book that came out. Got this from the library. You follow these 3 characters, and basically, I mean, this kind of sums it up at the beginning. The dedication to all the gays who were obsessed with High School Musical in middle school. And I say that really does sum it up well because you're following these characters in high school. High school, because they're talking about college. And they're all, they're 3 girls, and they're all gay, and it's kind of a love triangle.
Okay.
Not in the traditional sense, like not in an annoying way, but it really is just about these 3 girls. They're very different, distinct personalities, and kind of how they all like come together and deal with their feelings and their very different lives and how they, I don't know, it's very interesting. It's one of those things, like a love triangle is not something I typically enjoy in a book, but this was done in like a sweet way where it wasn't like annoying and there wasn't like a lot of drama.
Right.
I don't know how else to put it. And I gave it a 4 out of 5. I really liked it. And that's what there was some depth, of course, but it's not it didn't blow me away.
Right.
But I did really like it. I think it's definitely worth a library pickup. And I like the color palette too. It's very interesting. But yeah, it was cute. So
nice.
Belle of the Ball.
Oh.
Did I smack it too loud? Sorry.
I think I feel like I have that on hold at the library, but it hasn't come in yet.
Yeah. I'll be curious if you enjoy it. I think it's fun. It's fun.
Are you concerned it's going to be too cute for me? I saw
No,
your face.
I think you'll ultimately like it. I think it's
Okay.
different than Kim Reaper,
Okay.
for instance.
Kim Reaper. That stuck with you. You're like, I remember when you read
I'm
Kim
like,
Reaper.
that was the one.
That was the one.
Yeah, so that's what I read. Are you currently reading anything that you would like to talk about?
I am listening to an audiobook. I think this is the only thing I have. I don't know. It's the part, I think it's book 5. It's a cozy mystery. It's been some time since I've talked about a cozy.
Nice.
This is going to be a prose audiobook corner here. So it's part of the Beyond the Page bookstore mystery by Lauren Elliott. I follow all of this whole series. It's just like a warm cup of coffee to me. It's so relaxing to listen to these. So this is Dedication to Murder. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Why was this working before and not now? I don't know.
Is it a dog?
It is a dog.
Cute.
So I'm really enjoying it. I'm probably 30-40% in. It is just about this small town. The main character runs a bookstore, and there's always, some sort of murder in town. Very Murder, She Wrote-ish, as many cozies are. That's the best way to describe them, I feel, to anybody that doesn't read cozy mysteries or listen to them. I always feel that's the best way to describe it, and people go, oh yeah, okay, I get it. I get it now.
Totally.
But it's just following these same characters. There's some, if you notice, there was a wedding dress on the cover. There's sort of a dual meaning. The bookstore owner, she finds a wedding dress in this room that she didn't know existed. So it's like, where does this come from? And then also, she was about to get married, but something interrupts the wedding. But then there's also, of course, a murder in town. So it's sort of a formula, but I just love it. I will follow this series until it ends. So.
I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's the only thing I think I'm working on currently, other than some leftovers that, they shall not be named until I finish them.
Right.
I think, but I'm gonna check as you talk.
Awesome. Just want to say what's up to Mike.
Hey, Mike.
He likes your background.
Thank you very much.
Mary says, or Mary, you're Mary. Jessica says, I'm asleep. It's so suspicious that murderers followed my namesake. Jessica Fletcher all around. That's fine.
Yes, of course.
Like at some point you're the problem. So that was do you have more than that?
I don't think so. I am checking. So while you go,
sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
I am about halfway through the 3rd volume of the Abominable Charles Christopher. I wanted to be sure to read this before HeroesCon because Carl Kerschel's going to be there, and I am so excited. I just love this series so much. You're going to love it too, Mary. I really believe that. I really think you're going to love it too.
I should read that next because, like you said,
it's a blast.
When we go up to the table, like I want to know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. And for anybody who doesn't know, this is available on his website for free. It is a webcomic, and there are these print editions, which I think they're like $15 each. They're not too bad. And it's beautiful. It is about this guy, Charles Christopher, right here.
Yeah.
And he is an abominable thing. And the art is absolutely beautiful. You get to follow him and all of the animals in the forest. Those animals talk. He does not talk. And there's also a bigger kind of potentially fantasy plot going on as well. It is just a blast. I really, really love this book. And there are 3 volumes right now. There will be a 4th physical. There's more than that on the website. So if you want to follow webcomic or support him, it's just great. You're going to love it.
Nice.
I'm also currently reading, if you can count me having read 2 pages currently reading. I put it up on Goodreads, so I'm going to count it. We Can Never Leave This Place by Eric LaBroca.
Your boy.
Those horror novellas. I read one horror novella by him that I absolutely loved. So I wanted to get this, and it was just sitting there taunting me, and I was like, I need to read it. I love a short read. Love a short read. Love a novella. Novellas just seem to be hard to find at this point in my life. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And because I loved the other one I read so much, I'm like, I need to actually read this. So I'm hoping to actually read more of this. But at the same time, am I currently reading this? Anyway,
I don't
we
know.
don't talk about it.
You read 2 pages of one, 2 pages of the other. Don't, Kristen.
That's 4 pages, Mary.
Don't overdo it, okay?
You're right.
You're
I shouldn't go beyond.
You're extending yourself too far.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
Come on. So,
did you read more? No? Yeah?
No, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it, yeah.
All right. So what are you hoping to read soon?
So I still have this here. The Beowulf.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's adorable cover.
But with the inside that's scary, right? It's not the same. Yeah.
Where are the bubbles?
Yeah, I don't like the formatting at all. I really don't.
Listen, maybe it's a great story. Look, I'm going to do what you did.
I'm so sorry.
I just scared Alexander too.
Oh.
So I have that, and I'm going to try another mini comic. Well, you gave me a couple tonight, but the one I already downloaded. Did you ever read this one? I think Our Friend Dan Might Be a Dolphin.
Oh.
By James the Stanton. It's on Hoopla.
I've heard of him. Hold on. Maybe oh my gosh, I did read that.
You did?
I totally read that, yes. Let me check out. I don't remember the rating. Okay. I do remember this now, though. What's it called?
I think Our Friend Dan Might Be a Dolphin.
Okay. Here it is.
As you do.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
I think I read it before it was on Hoopla, and I didn't feel like putting it on there because I don't have a rating. But I swear I think I read that. Maybe I just looked at it.
On the cover, it says adults only, no kids.
Huh.
Just want to mention that.
Okay. I will look forward to your review. Maybe I just saw it and I didn't read it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. So I have that. That's going to be through Hoopla. And then I've been seeing everybody, including Larry, talk about reading Catwoman Lonely City. So I have taken that out. Oh, nice. That one's showing nicely.
Hey, that looks good. Yeah.
Thank you, Catwoman. So figure, give that a whirl. And then, boy, I really didn't put in much effort with bringing my, like, I'm missing things here.
That's fine. I got too much.
Okay. As you talk, though, I think I had more digital reads I want to get to, so I will double check.
I do want to mention one library book I got recently. It recently came out by Becky Albertalli, Hayden, pee pee poo poo, if you're still in the chat. Imogen, obviously. I've read a lot of Becky Albertalli in my life, and this is a new one she came out with that I really am looking forward to. So I had to grab that from the library.
Kristen, yeah. What other books have you read by her? Because I obviously always see her name, but I've never jumped in anywhere.
Yeah, so I'm looking her up to see exactly how many I read. Bertelli. Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda is one you've maybe seen around.
Yeah.
So I read that one. I read What If It's Us? The Upside of Unrequited. I believe I read. Yes, No, Maybe So. I read.
Oh wow, I didn't know you read all of these.
Yeah. So, and there's some more she's written I haven't read, but yeah. So I've had a good pass with her. Like I've really liked a lot of it. Yes, I've loved Simon fame. Okay. Absolutely. I have a confession. I'm also a dolphin.
I knew it. I knew it, Mar.
We heard the squeaking. I don't know what that means. Lee on the Offbeat I actually haven't read, and I know I need to read it, Hayden, which is like a Simon kind of spinoff. But no, I haven't read it. I loved Simon back in the day. Love Simon. Anyway, so the rest of this is ultimately a haul that as you know, hauls are things we want to read at some point soon. So that's what we're going to count this as. Except this I have read. I've already read this actually. Big Mushy Happy Lump. This is a Sarah Scribbles book. Still has the Ollie sticker on it. I found it at Ollie's. These are ones I read digitally. And now I'm finding at places. Do I have all of them now? 3 or 4? I think I'm missing one.
Okay.
But yeah, this was a great $3 find because I love Sarah Scribbles comics. They just make me happy. So I was happy to find this. I will reread it at some point in my life. I also got these at a Half Price Books, and you actually sent me I Hear the Sunspot. And I really liked that volume. And there's actually a continuation, which is Theory of Happiness and then Limit.
Oh, right.
And there may be even another one after this. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look it up. But this is manga about these two characters. One is, I believe he's hard of hearing. He has a hearing disability.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just about their relationship and struggles and, their lives. And I really like the first one. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab all these. They look brand new. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's a great find.
Yeah.
I love that. I never went past the first one, not for any real reason, but I never read that about hearing loss or anything like that in any book, let alone a manga. So I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're in college, I believe. And
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys kind of helped the other one in class because of his hearing issues. So yeah, I don't know. It was very sweet. So I was like, I want to hear the rest. I want to read the rest. Yeah. So I'm going to reread that one and then continue for sure.
Awesome.
So I was excited to get those. I also, you don't know about some of this.
Oh.
I did find Frizzy.
Oh, very nice.
Which I know you really had a positive review of.
I did.
So I was excited to find this used as well. And it also looks brand new.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks new.
Yeah, so I'm going to definitely read it. This is for a second. And
awesome.
You had a great review of it. So I'm looking forward to this as well.
Yeah, I think that's one of those important reads,
Absolutely. But Amanda says I've cut back on buying, but I did buy that new Vivek Albertalli book.
Nice.
Yeah, Mara also bought Frizzy.
Love that.
For your recommendation.
Love that, Mara.
There are 3 volumes of Limit. Okay, and then the first volume of I Hear Sunspot 4 Seasons came out in April this year. Hayden, thank you for your information. Have you read them, Hayden? So I'm missing them because it's the first one, Theory of Happiness. I have 2 limits here, so I need a 3rd limit. Well, I guess, and then the 4 Seasons. Okay, exciting. That's not too bad. It's not too much.
Yeah, that's a reachable goal.
Absolutely. I think I did send you this one though. I got this Watch Over Me, this Nina LaCour book. I think I read.
You got a signed copy?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I read like one other by her, but I kept hearing. I believe it was Books and Lala here on BookTube. I love her so much.
She's your girl.
She's my girl. I believe she had a really positive review of this, and I think there were like ghosts involved. But this is a pretty cool signed copy. That's a nice signature.
That is nice.
Also, Ollie's signed copy for $4. Okay,
Ollie's
can't pass it up.
I love you, Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie's is great. I've read everything except the newest.
Nice.
Oh, Hayden, you're awesome. I knew it'd be you. Mary.
Oh.
We're gonna look up every Ollie's we can find. Do they have Ollie's in Charlotte? Mara, do they have Ollie's in Charlotte? We're gonna have to go. We'd love to see it. Absolutely. This, you're like, I don't know. Mary, we have to go to an Ollie's together if we can.
I want to go to all the stores with you. I know we're going to a con, but when time permits.
Yes.
I want to go to all the stores.
We're going to have to somehow fit in all of this. I don't know how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to have to make choices. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I saw this silly manga at a Half Price Books. I sent the cover to Jessica because Jessica's my friend who loves mushrooms. Not like the drug. Enjoys the food mushroom as well as seeing them in the wild.
Oh, right. I remember seeing
Yeah.
some Instagram stories.
I should probably be specific about that.
Yeah.
And then I saw this cover and I had to send it to her. And she was very confused. And I was like, listen, I'm getting this because I have to know. And so my plan is to read it and then tell her about it or give it to her. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's Mushroom Girls in Love.
Oh dear.
It looks ridiculous, but there are mushrooms and these girls, and it looks bonkers. But there's also like mushroom like facts and stuff about these very specific weird mushrooms in the story. It just really seemed like something Jessica needed to know about. So yeah, I don't know. And there's like a kingdom, I guess, of mushroom things. I don't know what's happening in this, but I will read it and tell you how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, let us know.
So, yeah, I'm gonna read that book 100%. Yes, I'm mad for mycology. Love that, Jessica. Yep, you're gonna read that at some point.
Now, Kristen, you
yes.
don't like mushrooms though to eat.
I don't to eat. No. I do think they're pretty to look at.
Okay.
But no, I don't like them. I know you like them, right?
I love mushrooms.
Yeah.
The food that you eat for dinner.
Yeah.
Not the drug.
Some of Alina's gay cousins. Let's go. That's funny. I did get 2 cozy mysteries while I was out and about.
Oh, look at you! And I'm guessing they have cats on the cover.
Well, maybe they do, and maybe they do.
Oh.
Because sometimes I see the ridiculous covers and they're very cheap and I can't resist. And I'm also very heartbroken about No Ollies and Charlotte Mara.
Oh.
I'm very sad, Mara, but thank you for that information. One day, Mary, we'll go to Holly's.
One day.
Yeah. This one's called Corpse Suzette.
There she is.
There's the cat with the food. I mean, it's a Savannah Reed mystery, and the fact that Reed was like, "My name's on it, let's go."
Yeah, you have to.
So I had to.
Nice.
And then this one was, I believe, in the clearance section, and it has maybe the worst cover to these I have so far, and I have quite a few. Jessica knows; she was very shocked. It's a Tory miracle mystery.
Okay.
The top says, in a town called Lickin Creek, a Grinch won't steal Christmas, but a killer might.
Oh.
And it's called Death, Snow, and Mistletoe. Okay. Here we go. Look at this weird cat. What is happening?
Heck?
Right? What kind of weird cat is that? Just the strangest looking cat. But I was like, I have to get it. It's mine now.
Yeah, you had to.
I had to. So,
all right, good finds.
I got those. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Well,
that's not all I got. There's other things.
Oh, there's other things. Oh, that's all you're going to show? Oh,
that's all I'm going to show. We may do a haul video. And by May,
I see.
We're going to have to, yeah. Just a little tease, guys. Just a little tease.
Oh, boy. The other book that I borrowed from the library today, because I remember you telling me about it, because you said you think I would like it, and I think I'm in that mind frame. My frame? I almost said time frame. Oh, boy.
We're asleep.
And that's Turtles All the Way Down by John Green.
Oh, Mary.
Yeah, so I borrowed that from the library today. And
was that the audiobook you said?
I went with. No. They had both available. I don't know why I didn't go with the audio, but you said you read the physical book, right?
I actually listened to the audio of that
one. Oh, you did?
Which is a rare fiction audio for me.
Yeah.
I have the physical book, but I listened to the audio, and I really like the narration from what I remember.
I mean, I could go back. Both were available. I bet you if I went back, I could just borrow the audio book too, if you think that was like.
I remember really liking it.
Yeah.
I would totally recommend the audio. But I'm looking forward to your thoughts on that. It's been a long time. It's been years since I read it, but I really liked it when I read it for sure. Oh yeah, yes. Batman, I read it recently.
Yeah, Batman, I remember you posting about it, and then like Kristen said something, and I'm like, you know what? This book keeps like appearing in front of me. I don't know. I just take it as a sign. I should probably get to it.
Yeah, totally. Cats and pancakes.
It's all you need in life.
Is that cat okay? It's not. It's not okay. You know, speaking of turtles, Mary, I don't know what your plans are for your drive to Heroes, okay?
Okay.
Reed and I have been talking about like what we're gonna listen to. We want to
Okay.
find an audiobook like we can listen to together.
Okay.
But the Anthropocene reviewed audio,
Yeah.
I think that will be so good for your drive. I
Really?
highly recommend it. One, I loved it. I think John Green's narration is just perfect for it. Two, I think I told you about this book, right?
I think, is it short stories or?
He essentially reviews aspects of life, things in life.
Okay.
And within that, tells stories from his own life as well. It's so well done. It started as a podcast, and then he turned it into this book.
Okay.
And like elaborated on things, and like, oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite reads of the past like 5 years, 100%.
Oh wow,
like, it's so good. Batman is agreeing with me. Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay. Nice.
He's received reviews excellent. Yes. And the audiobook, again, his narration of it, it's so good, so good. And it's nonfiction.
Right.
And again, it's just the things that he decides to review on a 5-star or 10-star scale. I forget. 5-star, 10-star. I'm not sure. No, I think it's 5. And then there's like points.
Okay.
But like he'll do like grass. Okay. Like the certain kind of grass, like I forget what it's called. I think it's bluegrass something. The seed that makes our grass. Like he'll talk about grass and like lawns and review that and how those came about, which sounds boring on the surface, but it's so interesting, and the way it's done is so great. He reviews this hot dog stand in like Alaska he went to,
Right.
which again turns into just like his way with words and storytelling. I don't mean to gush about it, but it's so good, and I think everyone needs to listen to it. It's wonderful. And yes, there is at least one section that might be guaranteed to make you cry.
Wow.
Yes, that story was so powerful. Like, I'll never forget it. It was so good. So yeah, just it's so unique and so wonderful. And I want you to listen to it. So anyway, at some point in your life, doesn't even have to be on your trip. I'm just like, if you really need something, that's a great one. I can totally recommend. Kind of want to listen to it again, honestly. I may have to.
That might be a good one for the ride, especially if it's like gonna make me think. And
yeah, totally. And it's one that's easy to like, if you need to stop at a gas station or something, you just pause it and you're not gonna, Yeah, it's great. That's great. This 2 Star Wars omnibus is just like pathetic next to the giant squirrel go omnibus behind Mary. That's so funny. It's so true. I love that. They look like tiny little babies.
They do look little babies. Yeah.
That's great.
Squirrel girl.
Squirrel girl. One day.
One day.
Yeah. Is that it? Is that what we got?
I think that's all I have. I'm sitting here looking at Beowulf, and I need to make sure like this isn't doesn't need to be renewed, because I feel like I don't really remember when I took it out. Maybe it's only 2 weeks in, right? I don't know.
I don't think it's been that long. Yeah. Maybe just like a few weeks. I wanted to tell you. So I know your library doesn't have fines,
right?
And many libraries now don't. The one in my hometown that I still use for Hoopla. Oops. Don't tell anybody. Shh. They also don't have fines, or library fees, whatever you want to call them. But my personal library here does. Well, they made a Facebook post the other day where they were like, something's coming. And it was like one of those, it was like a little teaser. It was one of those like Wheel of Fortune things with some of the letters gone. Yeah, that was like no more fines, except there were some letters missing.
Oh, nice.
So I'm very excited about that, of course, because like I've racked up some just from like forgetting things are due. But also because, of course, like fines disproportionately affect low-income people and people who can't get transportation to go to the library and get the things on time. And, there's a lot of reasons why we shouldn't have fines, and the library can make their money in other ways, etc. I think it's a really great thing, and I'm glad a lot of libraries are doing it. I'm stoked for locally as well, and for myself. But those comments.
Girl, oh no.
Some of them were very positive, and they even said the things I'm saying right now, right? I'd say maybe the majority, but there were some people who were like,
what could be, why?
The number one nonsense that I think I saw was like, oh, now people are never going to bring back movies or games anymore.
Really?
One, obviously, if you never return something, you will get charged for it.
Right.
That's how it works. When there are no fines, that works the same way. They give you a certain amount of time, they give you a certain amount of notices.
Right.
And eventually you're charged for it because you didn't return it.
And really, though, I guess I don't understand the mindset of, listen, anybody can comment on a public post. I get that part. But I just, like, what do they expect to get out of leaving a comment like that? Like, what's the goal there?
Yeah, it's bonkers. And it's one of those things, it's like, you clearly don't understand.
I bet you they don't even, like, use the library. They probably randomly follow the account.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, you don't even understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin's got it. People who have likely never used the public library before. Also, you're projecting. If you think people will be honest, you're probably often not honest yourself. Absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking too. It's like, you all have never even used this library and you're commenting.
Well, think about it, right? I just sat here, I just looked over at this book, and I don't have any fees at my library. And I'm like, oh no, do I need to renew it? Because, like, the thought of having one that's overdue upsets me, because I like to keep my word.
Oh, same.
I like to do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but if I'm like a day or two off, and then I'm like, oh, crud, like that.
Yeah.
Plus, again, the many, many, many different reasons why this is a really positive thing.
Right.
I just love how there's always going to be someone, right? There were a few people where I was like, you guys don't even go here. Like, you don't even go here. It's not happening.
Can we cover some other, I find this an interesting topic, not to go on and on, about, like, things like that. Like, people comment on a post, and I just find, like, I don't understand, because my mind just must work differently. But, like, you ever read a post, like, let's say, it could be something silly, like, or something that's not, like, important to us, like, 2 celebrities get married, right? If I'm not interested in the celebrities, I'll just keep scrolling, whatever. But how many times do you read, who cares?
Who cares?
Well, you must care.
People are starving. Like, those people, I'm like, guys.
Right. It's
move on.
It's People Magazine. That's what they do. Some people like this news. Whatever.
Well, it reminds me, honestly, I mean, because I've experienced some of that in just Willow's Twitter account, right? Where every now and then, and I've said them to you, I'll get people being like, cats would never type like that. Cats would be able to spell better. It's just like stupid. And I'm just like, can you just, if you don't like it, can you just move on? Also, I pride myself in, like, I translate all the tweets that I tweet for anyone who, has something that will, like dyslexia, or, like, things that make it hard to, like, understand cat speak, right? Like, one, there's that. You can read it a different way if you'd like. But 2, clearly you're not here for it. And I'm not here for you. Move on. I don't know why you feel the need.
And 3, your cat's not really tweeting.
Yeah, that's the big thing. That's what I think about too. I'm like, hi, which I've responded to some and been like, hey, what's up? Literally, my cat is not tweeting.
Right.
We all understand that. Yeah. You seem to not. Yeah. So I'm here to, make people smile if possible.
Exactly.
You're not smiling, move on with your life. Just can't.
I can't either, especially with a cat. Right. Like, that's not really I know.
Yeah.
Jessica, it's been Kristen all along.
I know. Oh no, unfollow.
You have hurt her tonight.
She's not tweeting. You know what? Is she though? Maybe I'm just saying that. Maybe I'm just saying that. Okay, I lied. It's Willow. It's been Willow all along. I'm just
Oh.
joking around. Just playing around. Just, it's her.
You're
Don't worry
breaking
about it.
hearts. You're breaking
her.
hearts.
She tells me what to type because she has trouble with her paws, But
Aw.
yeah, but she lets me know.
So I have another one.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to offend anybody if anybody says this. Again, I am talking about just because maybe my mind works differently, right? And because it comes up a lot in our world as far as watching YouTube, particularly about books, comic books, whatever. When people will read, they'll see in a press release, what am I saying? Previews or something they saw on Instagram, an announcement of a new book coming out, whether that's a collection, whether it's, whatever. It's typically with collections, right? When things are recollected or released for the first time, and people will say, because it's something they're not interested in, they say, who asked for this?
Mm-hmm. Who's going to buy this?
Who's going to buy this? Who asked for this?
Nobody's going to buy this.
Now, here's the thing. Sometimes people word something in a way, and maybe they don't really mean it the way I take it, but okay, well, the publisher wants to release it. So they're number one, that's it. And number two, there's probably a need or a desire or a want for that collection, right? Because it's being released by the publisher. Not to say that they don't get it wrong sometimes, because clearly they do. That's oftentimes why we find things at a very discounted rate, whatever the case. But I just think when you say something like that, let's just say somebody had a real crap day right at work, and they're just having a horrible week. Things at home suck. And they come home, they put on YouTube, and they're like, yeah, I want to watch my, people talk about comics. It'll brighten my mood. And that's the release they want. And then they hear people go, who wants this crap? Who wants this? Who asked for this? I just think, I don't know. Maybe, do I think too much into things? But I just feel like I just don't get the point is what I'm saying.
Yeah, people and there's always, I feel like it's the same kind of people all the time, right? It's the same ones who go on and on about, no one's going to buy this omnibus because people don't like that character or right. This series sucks.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it can be funny. I get it. There are times where it could be a joke or you're teasing somebody. I get it could be a joke, but you get what I'm saying, the difference of that and what I tried to explain.
Yeah. People can take it way too seriously. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's come on now. Also, it's just what I think people don't understand a lot, or they're like, why hasn't this happened or this happened? Mm-hmm. These are still businesses. We're enjoying the product they're putting out, but these are products. And let's call it how it is. People are like, Squirrel Girl. We've heard it and heard it and heard it. People love saying that's terrible run. People love saying stuff like that. Well, guess what? It actually sold well enough to get an omnibus.
Right.
Clearly some people out there want it. Mary and I both have it on our shelves.
Yeah, okay? And I'm excited to read it.
Yeah, so. I'm stoked to read it too. So it's just I think people don't remember that sometimes. I'm like, these are still businesses. There are reasons why they stop. Some of the series don't continue in certain formats. And I hate that. Giant Days. Let's talk about that. Those 3 hardcovers, they didn't finish it. And people are like, boom, boom. And I'm like, it's not, it is Boom, but Boom is making a business decision. They didn't sell well enough.
Right.
To continue those hardcovers.
Exactly.
So they went the route of Kickstarter.
Right.
To find an audience there, which they did. The hardcore fans came out and they were like, absolutely, I'll buy this. Here's my money up front.
Yep.
I want to finish this.
Yep.
That's great. So I understand and believe Boom's business model with that in particular. There's some Boom Kickstarters. I'm like, what are you doing? That's not necessary. Berserker. But Power Rangers. But, these kind of things make sense to me. It's still a business.
Yeah.
If your thing didn't sell, I'm sad about it. But, not my issue. I bought mine,
Of course. Yeah, that's one. I don't know why. That tends to be one that just gets to me because I don't know. I just don't get the point in saying that. Unless it is true for fun, joke. But I don't know. If we're all being like really honest, I don't know how many times it's truly just a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you get caught, when you upset somebody, you go, "Oh, Kristen, I was just joking."
Yeah.
Kristen, I was joking.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
I totally get it.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got that off our chest.
Thank you for allowing me to get that off my chest.
Oh, of course, of course.
Thank you.
Well, next time maybe we'll read 1,000,000 books.
Maybe, or maybe we'll read 2.
Or maybe we'll read How to Excavate a Heart.
Oh.
But probably not. But maybe.
I think
We'll see.
I think that's on Hoopla
Is it?
as an audiobook.
Are you going to read this before I finish?
Boy, that would really burn you, wouldn't it?
Oh my gosh.
I'd be
I
like,
would be
oh,
I
well,
can't
this
believe
week
it.
I listened to.
I will cry. It'll be great. It
No,
feels like revenge.
I'm just saying for you, maybe that'll. I know you don't like to really listen to fiction.
It's not even that I don't like it. It's that, like, if I felt like I could pay attention to fiction at work,
Yeah.
I would be flying through those audiobooks.
Well, do you ever listen to? Sometimes instead of reading, I'm just sitting and listening to an audiobook at home. I know we associate audiobooks and podcasts and stuff with being in a car or commuting, but sometimes I just listen. It's the same thing. It's the same amount of time.
Sure, and I probably should try that more, but I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
You're
right.
Just a thought.
One day I'll do that. No, but if it's on Hoopla, I mean, that's a good idea, actually. I'll give it a shot. For sure.
I feel like I saw it on Hoopla. I'm not positive.
Okay, I'm going to look.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's what we did. We did that. We read things.
We read things. We bought things. Some were books. Some were games.
That's right.
We learned that we like/love Justin Bieber songs.
We're believers, apparently.
We are believers. Jessica loves mushrooms. What else? What else did we learn?
Pee pee poo poo.
Oh, pee pee poo poo. There it is.
Forgot.
I almost forgot. Thank goodness. Yeah, we learned a lot tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, most importantly, Willow is not tweeting.
Willow is tweeting. That was just fake news.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. She uses wanting us to try audio dramas rather than audiobooks. You're more engaging when stuff is going on around you. I've heard good things about that. I think I've listened to like a Torchwood one because they've had several. I need to go back to those because I really enjoyed those, and they were like full cast from the show, which is cool.
Can you? I don't know the difference. What's the difference?
I don't know the specifics, but like I know with the Torchwood ones, like the cast from the show did the audio drama. So
I see.
Kind of like an episode of the show, but it's audio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's cool. That's a good idea, Cheese. Thank you for that. Nice. And if anyone was watching this later, please let us know what you've read this past week, what you're going to read. If you saw anything here that you want to go buy now, we want to know about it. Did we influence you? Yes. Ton of Torchwood ones for Big Finish. I need to look at more of those, so thank you for that.
Cool.
Torchwood Season 7 just dropped. Hayden?
Today?
Hayden, I'm going to have to get back into those for sure. Kristen, I'll see you Saturday. Ball Girls that's funny. Good one, Dad. And thanks for being here. Yeah. And happy birthday, Dad. I hope you had a good day.
Happy birthday, Larry.
And good night, everybody. Read some books.
Yes, play some games.
Follow Mary on Instagram. MaryMsBookstagram. And maybe go watch some mini comic Mondays. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.